Welcome everyone to Lost Caravan RPG. Hope I do not have the PDFs anymore. Where you can find us playing everything that is tabletop RPG. I'm trying to do this from memory because we definitely have a thingy here. Because Hoop is super organized, and I am chaos. But I am Bunny, and I will be the GM tonight. We are sponsored by Epidemic Sound, correct? And Hero Fort, right? Maybe?
Sure. Let's go with it. Just go with it. We're good.
Where you can find all of your royalty-free music, and Hero Forge for all of the tokens that you guys have used. And this is part 2 of a 5e adventure where our party had come in from a storm and discovered that there had been a murder. Henry Von Shield, who nobody seemed to be all that upset that he was dead. If there was going to be somebody who was murdered, he was definitely one who deserved it. As the party was not there for the murder, they are not suspects and have been asked to figure out who has done it. Yes, we're professionals here, for sure. I'm so sorry. And so they, after questioning from Pip, the tavern owner, who had offered a couple of pieces of information and even said that she was not very fond of the guy, her brother, the cook, Jacob, Henry had poured boiling hot soup on him, and he had sustained injuries on half of his face and down his body that has not healed quite yet. You guys had also interviewed his wife, who you learned has fits of emotional turmoil where they basically have to use calm emotions and a sleeping draft to be able to keep her temper at bay. The waitress / cleaning lady of the inn was found dead halfway through you guys' investigation, just as you guys had really connected the dots that she had been sleeping with Henry. There's a lot of motive here, from Samuel, who you found was a criminal from years past that Henry had put away and was using an illusion spell as the stable hand, to maybe Marcus, because, he loved Isabella, and Henry was abusive. To your primary suspect, I think, Jensen, the physician, who you thought had put Isabella under his care and then killed Henry to make himself the sole proprietor of their estate so that he could institutionalize her and live off of their money. Have I missed anyone?
My notes are not helpful.
Who was the night guy?
Oh, Thomas. Thomas was the knight,
yeah.
who was passed up for a promotion in lieu of Henry. Henry got the promotion that Thomas thought he deserved. So yeah, there was him too. And we last left off as you were interviewing Isabella, the widow, and she was in a fit. She admitted that she had the poison that presumably killed Henry. It was in her hands, and she had intended to do it. But she couldn't quite remember. There was a... I can't remember, like, everything's just gone blank. But I had the poison. And you asked her where she got the poison, and she said she found it in the kitchen. Where your dear little halfling, Jacob, must have prepared it. That's where we left off, and the table is yours.
we found the ingredients for the poison, right? In the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay. And he said it was just herbs or something that he used.
I just saw the gingerbread can. He's a climbable tree. You're hilarious.
I know.
He's our big boy,
He's
okay?
a big boy.
He is
That illusion
perfect.
spell. That illusion spell hit him so well.
I love him and I will protect him.
When you
Even
go
if
to pat a
even if
shoulder,
he did it.
when you go to pat a shoulder and you feel a bicep and an elbow instead. Okay, you're a lot taller than I thought. Yes. Anyway, hey, Dido, do you want to do your idea?
Do we want to start with the rest of the interrogation, or do we want to start with the safe cracking?
That's true.
What-
We could do either.
What did we do with Emily's body? Is it still just in her room?
Yeah, I think we decided not to disturb that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it's still
left
just in
it
her
there.
room. But
Okay.
she was found with a knife in her back.
And she was the tiefling, your horned lady that
Yes.
we. Okay. I'm catching up with my notes because they're so. I wrote. I think it was Emily, and two notes down. I wrote, "Well, Emily is dead. She is not it."
I mean,
Front.
all of these characters are sus as hell. So
They all did it. Everyone killed one person.
I mean, suggestion goes a long way as a spell, but not everybody's capable of casting it on each other.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, and suggestion was not a spell that I took.
I mean, out of character, I might know the right things for it, but in character, Henwick has no clue. Not a spellcaster.
I know that Venus had cast Charm Person and it worked, and she was warming up to them. Isabella, you just rest here for a moment. I'm gonna speak to my comrades for just a minute.
Oh, you don't think that poor little cook did you? I mean, sure, Henry spilt the soup on him, and he was definitely a prick, but he's such a gentle soul.
I'm gonna kind of pat her cheek gently, like a mother would a child. Don't you worry about it.
Why can't I remember?
Sometimes the mind plays fabulous tricks on us all. I'm gonna walk over to them. Okay. And I'm gonna whisper, but I'm not gonna whisper so you guys can actually hear. I have an idea. It's a crazy one. But what if, to try and get some more answers, we get Isabel to take a little nap, tell the ex-fiance and the doctor that she was distraught, confessed to killing her husband, and she took the doctor's sleeping draught that was in his room. But really, she's just under a sleep spell.
What's your plan?
To put her to sleep, bring either the doctor or Marcus in, and ask them a few questions, and maybe their reactions will clue us into how upset they may or may not be on her either taking the sleeping draught that Marcus was against, and the doctor was for, and how they react to her confessing to killing him.
I kind of feel like you should say that in front of all of them and just like see if because people may look at each other if you say it in the entire with all of them in the same room. I don't know.
We could do that too. I just figure it still needs to be like a controlled environment.
Yeah. I mean, I can guard the door. I could be, by my usual bulky self.
It's appreciated. We could try it.
I mean, yeah. Knock her out.
Our end game is to gauge the reactions of other potential suspects.
Right.
That's correct. This could cause a ruckus.
Oh, it probably will.
But it could also be a distraction for Cass at the moment.
Yeah.
And if the actual murderers out there thinks that someone else has confessed to the crime, they might relax prematurely.
That's what I was thinking. Or someone will get very upset.
I'm expecting upset. Which I'm honestly, if we tell them that she's confessed to it, anybody who cares about her will probably get upset, which means you're looking for someone who is doing the opposite. That would be my thinking.
But I also want to see how the doctor is going to react, knowing that she finally took this sleeping potion that Marcus was against.
That too.
Kind of pats her pocket where it actually is. She took it.
All right.
Is there only one entrance to the room we're in?
Yes.
Okay.
Save for what looks to be a window. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's 2 windows to the south, but there's no actual door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we actually inspect that potion you have, Venus?
I want to say yes.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
because we know what it is and what it does.
Okay.
I think it was
A potion of dreamless sleep.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I'm sorry, just for my benefit, and perhaps other people's benefits as well. Would Joe mind go down like just a quick rundown of who everybody is, like player wise?
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
That's probably smart. Yeah.
Definitely forgot that.
It's okay.
It's been a while.
I know is playing Venus, but I'm like, who is Venus though?
Venus is a bard. She is
Okay.
a bard, sorcerer, cleric. She's a bard of eloquence.
Cool. Race?
She is a human.
Human. Cool. Great.
I play Castelba, who is a owlin that looks like a barn owl,
Right.
arcane
That's
trickster rogue, and she has big wings that she apparently uses to pull pranks on people and get everyone wet.
Yeah, jump
Right.
out windows and then come back in and shake all the water on us.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what she
I
does.
remember that.
Singing at the top of your lungs to wake
Singing
everybody up.
at the top.
That's
Yeah,
right.
she's an arcane trickster. That's not my fault.
Your screechy sonata at 1 in the
Yes.
morning.
Yes.
I loved it so much.
I'm playing Henwick, a human blood hunter, Order of the Lycan.
Right.
I haven't
Which is
gotten to
why
really
you
do that
and-
side of it yet.
Which is probably why you and my dog get along so well.
Yes.
So, and Tarlik is a half elf ranger who is also blind and travels with a hound known as Hunter.
So best puppers. Okay. So either idea of either going in there and saying it to everybody or pulling to
I'm okay with saying it to everybody.
Okay.
We can all kind of keep eyes on different ones.
Yeah.
Okay. I will head back over to Isabella. How's she looking in the 2 minutes that I stepped away?
She is distraught and holding her head in her hands, looking down at the floor. Tears have run over her cheeks because she can't. Not that her husband's dead, because she was definitely willing to kill him. She just doesn't remember it.
Which
Venus is gonna.
Which makes me think that she didn't do it because something like that is major.
I am going to sit down next to her again. Wipe her eyes. No, dear. There's no need for tears like this. What you probably really need is a little bit of rest. It's the middle of the night and you've been through a lot.
Probably, but I just don't. I had to have done it, right?
Not necessarily.
I wanted him dead.
I'm sure a lot of people. Dear, I met him for 2 seconds. No, I didn't even meet him. I just saw his stuff. I don't blame you.
And that you are very much not alone.
Marcus was right about what?
I should have left him so long ago. God, poor Marcus.
Here, dear, why don't you lie down, take a little bit of a rest.
And she will do so.
I'm gonna cast sleep. I know sleep is supposed to go over hit points, but one, I don't know how many hit points she has. If I cast it at a higher level, can I make it last longer than a minute?
Yeah, off label, sure.
Cool. I'll even burn my inspiration too to make this work. Okay.
You're gonna turn her into Sleeping Beauty over there. Calm down.
I've always liked the idea of burning a higher level slot or rolling an Arcana check or something to get a spell to do something it doesn't typically do, just to
She's casting it at a higher level to
Yeah.
we can just skip the Arcana.
Yeah, but I've always liked that idea. Of
Absolutely.
being
I
able
like
to,
off-label uses for things. So
Are we talking a second or a third level?
that is up to you.
Well, we'll go with the third level. We'll go third level. We'll be fine.
Cass would have so many snarky things to say right now, and I'm not there to say them.
So a full-on Odin sleep is what you're going for. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, level 1 is it's 5d8.
I'm gonna back as far away from Venus as possible when she casts this, just in case.
Okay, so we're looking at 30 hit points for level 1. I have 36 hit points. Let's go with the second level, because I think maybe a third level might be overdoing it.
You go over there now.
And not so yeah, what you guys see is this her almost get encased in light, like a soft night light, as it seeps into her body as she starts to fall asleep. Okay. I don't know how much time we have. We should get the show on the road.
Roll a d10.
D10. 7.
Cool. All right.
and I've got an effect for you.
Great.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
pretty.
Ooh.
Ooh.
What? That's nuts.
I'm really glad I
That's
moved.
so
Holy crap.
pretty.
That's very pretty. Okay.
Yo.
So should this plan go over exceptionally well and things go poorly out there, they become violent, um, step back from me and guard the hallway. Uh, uh, I'm gonna make it foggy in there.
Okay.
Do you want to cast fog?
No, just if a fight was to break
It's
out,
the emergency button.
yeah, I'm going to put us on even footing.
I have a above game question because I can't remember. Did Cass let them know what she found?
Not yet.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Cool. I just discovered I have message as a spell. Should be using.
Beautiful.
I also. Oh no, actually yes, because I have message and I messaged Cass before the end of last session.
But I think that Cass discovered what was in that, like, it discovered the answer to that riddle.
Oh yeah, but we know
Yeah.
she's in there and what
Yeah.
she's doing. We
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
don't
you know what she's doing, but you don't know what she's discovered yet.
Yeah, I hadn't. That's what I was asking. I'm like, I don't think because I didn't write it down. I'm like, I don't think I told them.
Mm-mm. No, we just know
Okay.
where you are and that you found a thing.
Okay, I was just checking.
Yes, I will go out.
If you'd like, you can go ahead and message them. Like, it's completely out in point with me.
Okay, I didn't know at the time how long I've been in there and how long.
You've been in there for a fair amount because I mean, like, you had to, like, actually. It wasn't a standard lock. It was a runic lock that had to be done, and then it was a riddle on top of that because she really wanted that security for it.
But yet she left her window open.
She did. So, you know, I didn't say Pip was the smartest thing on the planet. But when you got in there, you did discover the same amount of cash that was talked about in the letters between Henry and Emily on there. There's $5,000 there. And it's wrapped, but it doesn't have initials to it or anything. It's just 5,000 in cash.
Okay, I don't know.
5,000 in gold, I should say.
I don't know who she was holding it for then.
No.
Or if she just stole it. Cool, you can keep going on your stuff if you want. I just couldn't remember where I had been.
So you guys are heading out into this room, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As you guys come out into the room, the Pip is like folding and unfolding, like primping the pillows on this couch and like going over one of the throw blankets, like, and then refolding it, and like just like out of nervousness and watching the rest of them very suspiciously. Marcus is pacing, and Jensen is looking down at his notes and then looking over like pensively toward the door where Isabella is. And, you know, Mr. Tall Guy here that wants to be climbed like a tree.
Yo, big
No,
boy.
it's just Hedwig that wants to do that. It's cool. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
He doesn't seem perturbed at all. Thomas is like basically just picking at his teeth. And Marcus just keeps looking down at the floor, his ladle in hand, and sniffing on occasion, like, you know, he's holding back his own sorrow.
Okay, and just to
Marcus or Jacob? Sorry.
Jacob. Marcus is pacing.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, I may have misspoke.
Okay, so Pim is right here.
This is Thomas. This is Samuel. This is Jacob. And this is Marcus. And this is Jensen. Right there.
Okay.
It seems that our dear Miss Isabella had a little bit of an incident and is now sleeping peacefully.
Marcus is the first to respond to that.
He will be the first one I insight. I have a passive insight of 16, but I'm also actively.
He walks over or rushes over to you. Incident, like he doesn't even let you finish before he's like very in tune. And I mean, like, this is on point for what he's done all evening. He's basically not left her side and has doted on her this entire time, consoling her, etc., etc. What sort of incident are you talking about? Is she okay?
She is fine. There's been no harm to her.
She's sleeping.
She's sleeping. We gave her a drought that was in the doctor's office.
Why would you give her one of those? She doesn't need them. That doctor is a quack. And he like turns and looks at Jensen, glaring daggers in his direction. And Jensen sort of pulls up his My word, what are you talking about? She needs those for her fits. You shouldn't waste resources like that.
Does he believe that she needs them?
Go ahead and roll your insight.
I have inspiration. Nope, that's investigation. Let's not roll investigation. 17.
With an insight of 17, you get the sense that he thinks that she needs them.
And it's pretty obvious that Marcus thinks that she doesn't.
Mm-hmm. There's no hiding that one.
Yeah, there's no hiding that one. Well, I mean, we had to find a way to calm her down after she confessed to killing Henry.
Surely not. Oh, when would she have had the time to kill him?
Can I roll?
Interesting.
Can I roll a vibe check? Insight. I'm basically looking at everybody else in the room other than the
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll your insight.
I am paying attention to these two.
Right, I'm checking everybody else at this point.
Tarlik is
Dirty
for the
20.
most part. Oh wow. Tarlik is for the most part just kind of quietly gauging the reactions of other people, whether they breathe a sigh of relief, shift uncomfortably.
Go ahead and roll your insight as well.
Mutter under their breath.
You're gonna hear the stuff that I can't. I'm mostly looking for body language shifts.
Fantastic.
Oh no.
So, with your insight, we'll resolve yours first. Tarlik, your rider seems to be like, oh, and wanting scratches, and that temporarily distracts you from listening for their breaths of air, any sort of sign or shift in their behavior. For Henwick, he, our little cook here, looks about, and his mouth sort of drops open, like shocked that she'd actually go through with it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't believe that. She's quite a nice woman when she's not throwing a fit. I think we would have heard it if she was throwing a fit, right? right? And Pip will sort of just sigh a breath of relief from the fact that, the killer has at least been found. And maybe they can put all of this behind them.
Those are the only two people that have a reaction.
Thomas sort of crosses his arms and is like, he wasn't fond of Henry, and while he definitely begrudged that promotion passing him, he doesn't seem like, he seems ambivalent to the fact that she would have confessed to something. Like, maybe he doesn't believe it, but maybe he does. Either way, it kind of just seems like he's relieved that Henry's dead in the first place. Before we go any further with this, we are going to jump over to Cass. What are you doing?
Poking my beak where it's not supposed to. I'm sure that after, like, I saw the cash in the safe, I would do like a one more once over of the room and look like under the bed or anything that looks out of place. She doesn't know what she's looking for. Just notes that may have been hidden, or I can't remember what I did before I was in this room and saw the safe. I know I looked at the paper that was on the desk.
Just a second. So Pip's room didn't have a whole lot for you. There was a dagger that I think one of you guys pocketed, yes?
Probably.
And then there were some like false rings and stuff. There wasn't a whole lot other than there were a lot of bills.
Yes, I do remember the bills and stuff that were all on the desk.
Pip is, by looks of accounting, I think you had gotten a pretty high check on that.
Yeah, she was in a lot of debt.
Yes.
Okay. And it was just the gold in the safe, right? Nothing else?
Correct.
Cool. I am going to message, I guess I'll message Venus. Hey, so I don't know what you guys are doing, but Pip is in a lot of debt, and there's like 5,000 gold in here, which I think is what we were looking for. I'm not counting, so we'll see if this even goes over. So I don't know what we should do with that, but it's here. Okay, bye. You can respond to the message.
The 5,000 was to Emily, from Emily. That was with a note, right? There was a note about 5,000.
There was a note about 5,000 and how if he, like, they needed 5,000 to run away. He was planning on leaving Isabella for Emily.
Yeah, so this money in here is either safekeeping for Henry or Emily, or Pip killed him and stole the money.
Does it say what they needed the 5,000 for? You see, they needed 5,000 to run away, but did they say what they needed the 5,000 to
It
do
does
or
not.
buy?
It did not say, like, there wasn't a whole lot of details. It was just like, once we have the money, we can run away. And that basically proved to you guys that Isabella is the one with the money. It is her family's estate. He married into her money. So, like, if he walked away, he would have nothing. So, but it is her estate, and he needed $5,000.
Cool.
Venus will respond. Why don't you just grab whatever you can and join us in the common area for right now? so we can figure things out.
Cass nods to herself. Like Venus
She's
can
trying
see
to
her.
be as cryptic as she can because she still has to whisper and she's got a guy right next to her.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so Cass is gonna stare at the gold, waffle back and forth a little, and then take 10 gold out and pocket it. And
For your trouble.
Such
Yeah.
restraint.
for my trouble. And then she's gonna go just grab. She's gonna look at the bills and find the two largest ones and pocket those. And then on second thought, she runs back to the gold and pockets another 10 gold, and then shuts it, and then climbs out the window.
Well, if you're gonna make 2 trips, I mean.
Yeah, right. You got to make that second trip worth it.
Yeah.
So add 20 gold to your inventory.
Heck
You're
yeah.
on the
That
clock.
is restraint, okay?
Yeah, that's what I said. Such restraint.
Nobody's gonna miss 20 gold out of 5,000.
That's what she was thinking. She was like, 10 gold, they won't miss it. 20 gold, they won't miss it. She might go back for more. We'll see where this night ends.
You
Go
know how to
ahead
open
and
it?
make an intelligence check for me, by the way.
Ote.
Yeah, like
You
already
can do
know how to open it,
investigation if
so.
you have proficiency, if you would prefer.
I do have proficiency in investigation. $27.
Oh, damn. All right. So with that, as you were looking over the accounts, she's about 4,300 in debt.
Cool. That's
You- You also would have gotten, as you were going through those, you would have gotten letters from her family asking her to go home or come home. Like, her adventuring life didn't pan out. The bar is obviously failing, and tavern is failing, and they just want her to come home.
Ugh, parents.
After getting that message and responding to Cass, has Pip's demeanor changed since everything?
Let me see. No. How long would it take Henwick to get back around into the common room?
You mean Cass?
Or yeah, Cass.
Oh.
Not Henwick.
Where's the front door?
Where the front door is where I'm standing, actually.
Oh, okay.
Right
then,
next to Henwick.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't dawdle. I would just climb out the window and make a beeline around and come back. So, however long it takes me to walk around the house.
So it wouldn't take you very long. So as we jump back into them, you can just input yourself whenever. Pip has not changed. Marcus seems distraught that, like, you would have given her something. Like, this is just unimaginable. She does not need these things. This was all a ploy by Henry just to keep her calm. Because fucking dick.
He was. Why would he need to keep her calm
Because
now?
she found out about the affair.
She just said she wanted to leave him. Why would she care if he was having an affair?
She was gonna leave him.
She
He was gonna leave her.
She said she was gonna leave him.
Oh,
Just now while we were talking.
she had said that many, many years. She always, anytime they fall.
Insight check on him.
What are you asking specifically for his insight?
I'm I kind of feel like he's either he believes it or he's trying to twist it, even though they both said they were going to leave each other. Like, I feel
Sure.
like he's trying to, like, lean the scale.
Go ahead and insight for
Oh, no. It's a 7.
He definitely seems like he is talking from former experience that
Yeah.
over the course of the years of their friendship since she had left him for Henry, she had said multiple times over she was just going to leave him.
Well, it's not easy to leave a relationship, no matter how hard it is, and that's
Hard.
something that should be yes, hard.
He's an abusive ass. He did not deserve her.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but you also have to see that in any kind of relationship, whatever.
Her fits only
Yeah.
started when she discovered that he was dallying with people. Emily wasn't the first.
Still, abusive relationship, cheating, it's not easy to leave.
Sure.
You should know that the decision she made many years ago was probably not an easy one.
I'm still not sure how that happened, but if you'll excuse me, I'm going to check on.
I don't think so. And because I mean, the door is between two squares, but I am clearly in front of the door with it closed behind me.
I'll ask you to move.
And I
Someone
will
needs to be
politely
caring for her
decline.
well-being, and
And I'm
not
gonna
that
move-
fucking crack.
I'm gonna move to flank.
And as you can tell, the crack.
Are you
offense.
putting her in irons?
Why would I put her in irons? I don't need to.
For killing Henry. You said she confessed.
Do I look like a cop? Do I look like I'm just wondering what I look like to you. Do I look like
You look like a
I have
nuisance.
handcuffs?
I would
be.
just like to see my friend.
You can wait until she wakes up.
Yes, I think the fewer
Just like everybody
people
else.
alone in a room with a confessed murderer, the better.
She's not a danger to me.
Debatable.
Not according to some of the people who've spoken.
I trust her implicitly. But I'll level with you. I know Henry was going to leave her. There's a freaking fly.
I saw that. It like went right across your face.
Oh, so gross.
And just how long exactly have you been waiting for Henry to leave?
Oh, I paid Henry to leave.
Oh. Okay.
You see, relationships are just not that easy to leave.
I asked for him to name his price for him to leave Isabella to me. After all these years, he said 5,000.
I was just gonna ask you that. Cass says from like. She's just leaning against the wall with her arms crossed and also her wings crossed.
You were going to ask. She didn't need to know about the money. It was mine. I wasn't going to tell her. I was just hoping that he would disappear into the night and let her be happy for once.
Then she'd be all yours.
Exactly.
We found the note in her bathroom.
It was in her bathroom because of
No,
Henry.
I'm asking. We found it in her bathroom, right? Like
Mhm.
in her things. Okay. That I didn't say that out loud. I was just
Hey, do you happen to know where that money is now?
Pip has it. For safekeeping.
Okay.
We were supposed to meet tonight.
Cool. Okay. Cass is just like 1,000-yard stare as she contemplates how fast she can get more of that gold before it disappears. She has regrets.
And Tarlik, realizing that he is going to need a little extra focus this evening, with all the different things that are going on, he's gonna kind of grab hold of the pendant that he wears, and he's gonna cast a little spell on himself.
Okay.
Oops. So he's gonna actually cast. Not forget the temporary hit points thing. I think it's Eagle something.
And what does this look?
Yeah, Owl's wisdom. So on his necklace, he's got a few different like animal parts, like an owl, like a couple feathers, a tooth, and blah blah blah. So he takes hold of one of the owl feathers and like rubs it as he speaks something to himself and kind of like puts his head down and focuses, and just kind of enhances his senses a little bit.
Okay.
So now he has advantage on all wisdom based
All right. Noted.
wisdom advantage on wisdom checks. So not saves or anything, but checks.
Okay.
As he was distracted the last time he used insight.
Indeed, he was. My bad.
Yeah.
At least it was because your dog's cute, you know.
Yes.
Please just let me see her. I just need to talk to her.
Well, she's asleep, so you're not going to get much talking. Unless she's a sleep talker. Does she talk in her sleep?
Not often. You know, my food's gonna get cold if nobody's gonna eat it. Would anybody like some dinner?
I would!
At this point, might as well.
Cass is all puffed up and quickly waddles over.
So he's gonna give you guys mushroom soup.
Does Marcus look like he's moving away?
No.
I am going to... What is the doctor doing?
The doctor is looking down at his notes and frowning, but anytime Marcus talks, he rolls his eyes like he cannot contain his disdain for this man.
I am going to move in close to Marcus so that I can whisper in his ear. On the side to where the doctor couldn't read my lips if he was looking. What would happen if Isabella found your note?
What note?
The note about meeting and being paid 5,000 gold.
I don't quite know. Why would Henry leave that somewhere where she could find it?
Can you speak with dead people?
No.
Then
Do
we'll
I
never
look
know
like
the
a
answer
cleric?
to that.
Stupid fucking man.
But that doesn't answer my question.
Perhaps she may have killed him. I just can't see it after all these years for her to be at this breaking point. But things have happened.
Are you saying you wrote a note telling him to meet you for 5,000 gold?
Yes.
Do you still want me to leave you alone in a room with her?
Yes.
Eat first. Then she'll be awake by then.
Not one for mushrooms. There's a lot of poisonous varieties around here.
Yeah. On that note, I was gonna say Cass has the bowl and she's got her beak close to it, but she's not drinking it. She's inspecting it,
Go ahead and make an investigation.
like trying to do it without people really noticing that she's doing it. She's like smelling it and like trying to decide if it's worth it.
I'm gonna look over Marcus's shoulder at Henwick.
Yeah.
It's 19, but it's also plus
Maybe
3,
just,
so that's 21.
why don't you take Cass for a walk past the doctor? Mention the missive. Just like you're having conversation.
Cass, the soup is very fragrant. It has a lot of hearty vegetables that you guess he probably grew in the garden out back. It is portobello mushrooms.
And it smells delicious.
It does.
Oh, okay. She downs it and just like bowls aren't conducive to beaks, so she's just dribbles of it down down the sides of her beak.
Did you like that? I've got plenty more in the back, and I've got little wedges of cheese that would go really well with.
Her big golden eyes get even bigger because they're like the size of her skull, and she's like, "Yes, please."
I wasn't quite sure that you would eat it, being that you're a bird person, but I'm glad that you seem to like it.
I'm gonna look back at Venus and just, I think Cass is a little distracted right now.
Okay, then maybe Tarlik.
Tarlik will nod and go for a little stroll with Henwick.
Sure. All right.
Because I am now, like, I'm still, like, engaging with Marcus, but now I'm actively going to be watching the doctor to see if anything, any of his demeanor, any of his vibes change as they mention it going past him. Because now she's wondering if he was going to leave and he named a price, why would he show her? Like, there's no need.
Okay, so we're mentioning the I pay you 5,000 gold to leave your wife missive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like what kind of best friend does such a thing? Blah blah blah.
Yeah. I will walk you over to the cook. How about that? Since Cass is totally like beak deep in bowl number 2 at this point, probably. So yeah.
Oh, would you like some fresh bread?
Yeah. Can you show me where it all is in the kitchen?
Absolutely. Let's go in.
Yeah. Cass still is kind of dubious about Jacob, so she's definitely trying to get him away from everybody.
Yeah, we'll mention it as we go past him.
He's gonna frown at that, and he's just gonna be like, 5,000 to get rid of him. Oh. If only it were that cheap.
Okay. Explain it, because that's a lot of gold.
Not for her. You know, she's related to the crown. 5,000 is a mere pittance to what he normally spends.
So, sounds like the money wasn't important to Henry.
Oh, the money was important to Henry. Why do you think he wanted his wife calmed down so she wouldn't leave him? And her fits got worse and worse, and then he hired me.
And clearly they got better.
They do with potions and a little bit of a spell to stop her emotional fits. She loved him completely. Love is blind to all of your faults.
Which spell? Just out of curiosity.
Mostly calm emotions.
Mostly, okay, but if not calm emotions.
Then I would cast a sleep spell on her. She would
Does
wake
he-
up without her rage.
Does he seem to be like telling the truth, or?
Insight for me.
I did, it's a 22.
Then yes, he does seem to be telling the truth about her fits and about the fact that he definitely he knew what he was hired for, but he at some point did think that she actually did need them because she would go manic.
So obviously your job was
Oh, I was here to help her as she became mentally ill.
right.
The
but
cause of her mental illness was definitely the source of her husband, but you can't exactly tell the person who she's attached to that he's the cause, can you?
especially not when he's the one that hired you. Also, your employment was hinged upon your treatment of her, correct?
No, I could find other patients, and I still have the hospital.
But your employment with Henry was hinged upon you treating his wife.
Yes and no. Her family would have kept me on, just to make sure that everyone else was safe. Well, her family coffers, I should say. There's not a whole lot of her immediate family left, so it would have just been her. Oh, I see what you're doing here, but I had no reason to want Henry dead.
No, you had no reason why. Maybe you had no reason to want Henry dead, but you also had no reason to want her cured.
You can't cure the affliction she has. There's not a thing for that. You would have to change her entire personality. Reset her. Probe her brains. And while I would be definitely up for that experimentation, she is a higher end client that does not need to become a cadaver.
Sure. My thinking is that your employment was based on the treatment, not the cure.
Well, it definitely was, but not every affliction has a cure. Fits of rage are one of those things that can't be controlled.
But they can be kept.
They can be maintained. Curtailed, I think, is the better word for this. But it wasn't me. I am surprised to hear that she would have confessed.
Well, she's been on a pretty steady diet of drugs, medication, and
Spell work.
emotional spells for the better part of. How long was your service?
A few years, but that is my point, is that she has such gaps in her memory. It doesn't track that she would confess to something that she probably wouldn't remember if she did it in a fit of rage.
Are his notes open right now in his hand?
Yeah.
Can I roll a perception?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
normal roll. 19.
Okay. Perception of 19, you see that he has question marks over, he has written murdered Henry and then question mark. And then he has started to put that this doesn't seem logical. Like, it doesn't seem to track. Which is starkly different than the notes that you found upstairs of his other patients where those women had killed their husband.
I completely forgot about that.
yeah.
About that entire thing. Oh,
Yeah.
right.
He's got a history of this.
Yes,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
does.
He
Okay.
does. That's why he's a suspect.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got a history of like women going, quote
Going
unquote,
batty.
insane and then killing their husbands, and then he collects a manner of paycheck for it.
But this is definitely, like, he feels that this is different with her from what you can tell on the notes.
Okay. Well, in that case, no, nah, never mind. But I think with that in mind, Tarlik is going to go to move away from the doctor, and just kind of blindly bumble into him as he walks away, and seeing if I can get those notes to scatter.
Do a sleight of hand first.
Sure. Ooh, gross. Okay, here we go. Let's play.
It doesn't seem to like your rolls. There we go. All right. So with that,
that was stealth.
you're good. Did you have a different modifier for your?
No,
Like-
still plus 2.
Okay, same thing then.
Yep.
With that, you're able to nudge into him, and a couple of papers fall out, and he like bends down, a lot more agile than what you would have expected from somebody who looks as aged as him,
Hmm.
and he's able to grab them.
Okay. So, pardon me. Pardon me.
It's quite all right. But if you don't mind, I need to see my patient. And at about this point, she comes to the door and starts to try and open it.
Is it an open in or an open out door?
It is an open in.
Oh, I mean, I can't stop her. I didn't lock the door.
Okay, so
Sounds like she's coming our way anyway.
hello. I'm sorry. I must have fallen asleep.
Are you feeling better, dear?
I'm still so hazy. Oh, Marcus, I think I did it. What? I had to have. Don't you remember last night? I handed. It's all right. And I don't think that anybody's going to fault you for what you've done, right? At this point,
mean,
Thomas sits up.
I think you should allow her to finish her sentences at least before interrupting her. It's not very best friend of you.
I just don't want you to dwell on it. It's all right, Isabella. But Thomas is going to stand up and start to come towards you guys. Well, if you're not going to take her in, I am. We have a confession. Oh, we lost Tarlik.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. He just vanishes.
He does. No. But as Thomas kind of strong arms his way over to you guys, and Marcus sort of pushes his way, and they go nose to nose. That is where we'll take a break to try and give Tarlik a chance to get back, or Luke a chance to get back.
Oh no.
Oh, his internet dropped.
Oh no.
We will be right back, guys.
All right.
I think Hoop's still around, right? Put us on break.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We lost a friend.
Oh no.
We've lost 2 friends
We've
tonight.
Oh no.
I hoping we'd
It
get
is-
Janie back.
I know. It has been one of those nights, y'all.
Has.
Oh, here comes Hoop.
All right.
Here he comes, just walking down. Welcome back, everyone. We got hydrates and everything, and right before we left off on our murder mystery here, we had a standoff between Thomas the guard, who had insisted that the party be the one to investigate because they had no skin in the game, and Marcus, the jilted lover of Isabella, the accused of murdering her husband and her husband's lover, Emily. And the table will be you guys' again, as Marcus and Thomas stand off at each other, and Isabella just sort of grabs Marcus's hand. It's all right. If I did it, his jaw sort of sets in anger, and Thomas starts to grab his cuffs to be able to clap her in some irons.
No. We don't pull our toys out in mixed company. And
These aren't toys.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna insert myself between Marcus and Isabel to like break their contact, so I can move Isabel back and away, so Marcus can get in between. So it's like Thomas, Marcus, me, Isabella, as like a line of defense.
Ah, it's a lot of hostility right there.
Venus, I understand what's going on here. That being said, she at the very least needs to be watched. If she is the murderer.
Didn't you just say she gave a confession?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Oh, man. The horses probably need to be fed. Is it alright if I go? Says Samuel next to the bear rug here.
Oh, the poor boy.
I would truly rather nobody leave.
Poor horses.
Henwick makes note, but nope. Venus is in a dangerous position right now. He's a secondary thought.
Cass can show you where he sleeps at night.
Yeah, I went into his room too. Your point.
Oh, right. I forgot that you were there at this table.
I went and got him. Yeah.
Oh, you got him all right.
Anyway.
I digress, I'm sorry. But Marcus is going to sort of push back against Tom. if they've not gotten a confession, you cannot put her in irons, and they haven't confirmed again that they did one. But Marcus, I must have after I even handed you the bottles, remember? Marcus, I must have
You handed him the bottle of what?
the poison. But Marcus, it wasn't capped. What did you do with the poison? I must not have done it.
I'm gonna push her back. Like, not like push, like aggressively, but like nudge her back. Yeah, because
Go ahead and make a
why do I
strength
feel
check.
like I'm gonna get stabbed? Okay, I'm not good at strength, but I'll do it. Do it.
Why do you think you're gonna get stabbed? Because you probably are.
11.
She does not, but as you start to try and push her and she starts to get her wherewithal back to her, she is a little more firm than you expected. She's very stout for this beautiful, almost waif-like elven woman. There is a hidden strength that wasn't there before.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Crowley
gonna-
just kinda goes, oh, here it comes.
I'm gonna message her. I'm gonna cast a message to her. I don't think you did it at all.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But... And we are gonna jump over to Kat.
Oh, here we go. Great.
Cass is on her third bowl of stew. She's got flecks of breadcrumbs all over and probably like a little bit of cheese stuck to the edge of her beak.
Oh, see, this is how you just make this sort of bread. You put a little bit of oil in a pan after you have made the dough rise a little bit, and then you add the cheese and the herbs to it right before you cook it.
Oh, is that how you get it so crispy around the edge?
Yes, and the iron skillet.
Oh,
It's one of my favorites.
that's so good. And those herbs. Oh, the flavors. They're so good. What do you use?
Well, this here is just some run-of-the-mill basil and parsley, but there's also some thyme and sort of, I just like to make food taste good. I was so happy that Pip came out here and, well, I wasn't happy about her injury, of course, but it was so nice to be able to have a place to cook that wasn't at home.
My boy, you deserve to be in like a king's kitchen. This food is so good. And she is sincere. Like, don't even have to insight check. She is sincerely excited about this food.
He is blushing and just like radiantly happy from the tips of his ears all the way down to his toes to hear such compliments. I wish that you would have been here yesterday to try that stew that Henry decided to throw on me.
Man, that man. I'm so sorry you had to deal with him.
I'm not
I-
gonna lie.
I don't.
A murder couldn't have happened to a better person.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting from everybody. This man kind of deserved to die, huh?
But not Emily, though. Emily was just a sweet thing.
Hey, did you hear that they said it was poison?
Poison, you say?
Yeah. Isabella said that she poisoned them and that she found poisons in the kitchen. I don't think that was you. But you obviously know your way around with herbs and stuff. Do you know? how to
I
make-
know my way around poisons as well. We
That's-
had quite a bit of goblins that tried to attack our villages, and that is what we would douse our spears in, so I was the one who would make it for our village. But she's not.
There is-
She never asked me for any poison.
There's like
Others did.
obvious respect in in Cass's eyes. Like, this kid, she likes this kid. Wow, you are just a man of hidden talents. I think that's pretty cool. Food and poison. How would she find? Was it a poison you already made that she just happened to find?
I can't imagine that she actually found. Well, she may have found the extra vial, but because that is odd. Somebody else had asked for some poisons a while back for one of their raids that they were going on. So I suppose I might have had an extra bottle.
Who was the one who asked for poisons?
Oh, well, that would have been Marcus.
Oh, so Marcus knew that you had poisons here.
Oh yes, he was the one who bought it for me the last time I had to make a batch. That was probably some 6 months ago.
Well then, I mean, what do you think about Marcus?
I feel like he dotes on the Miss Isabella quite a bit. But she reels him in like a fish, but then she just lets him go again and then recatches him with the same hook.
That seems to be going around a lot, I feel like. I think you need to leave this place and get a better job.
Oh, I couldn't leave Pip.
I think Pip should go with you.
Oh, our rents are trying to get her to go back, but
no, don't go back to your parents. No, I agree.
Pride won't let it happen.
Don't ever go back to the nest. It's nothing but trouble.
Nest? Do you actually live in a nest?
Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool.
I grew up
sleep
in one.
In the trees?
Sometimes. Not as much anymore. I really like soft beds. Especially feather beds. Sometimes I make my own.
He seems a little bit taken back by the fact that you sleep on feather beds. Like, are you plucking these off of birds?
No. Birds molt. We lose our feathers. I'm just recycling.
Oh,
and we put them in, and then yeah.
I was about to say, I would imagine that losing your feathers would probably hurt. Yes.
Oh, if they're pulled out, yeah.
Just like when somebody tugs on my hair.
Oh yeah, it can hurt. But yeah, we shed them, we molt them naturally, and so then I just put them in my bed when it happens, and then it's all comfy, cozy. Smells like me. It's comforting.
That's nice. But I suppose we should bring out some of this food to the rest of them.
Oh, right, we should do that. But think about what I said. I feel like Pip isn't doing very well out here.
Well, she's just not been given a chance. She bought this place and they didn't tell her that there was a deed on it that was so behind. So she's been spending all of her gold trying to get it back up. She's doing alright though. Like, we're doing better than what we were probably a year ago. It didn't hurt that Henry wanted that suite and expected all of the renovations to be done. We did it cheap, but we put the money towards the bills. I think she's down below half of what she'd owed.
That's good. Wait, did Henry own this place? Why did he want renovations?
Oh no, but because they're doing the thing in the Astral Sea that rift up the ways. He expected
our next campaign.
He expected the finest of the fine, so he would have us do renovations and would give us extra gold every time he stayed.
He should have been paying for this man.
I'm super sad and worried about what will happen now that he is not around.
Yeah,
he was our best customer, even though he was a dick.
I can see that. I just worry. You two seem nice. I don't want debt collectors to come. And this food. Jacob, this food. I'm gonna tell everybody. Tell everybody about this place.
Well, I would appreciate that, lass.
You got it. Well, here, I'll help you. And I take, like, bowls and stuff in my things and help him carry it out.
All right. And now, as they rejoin the room,
Oh, can I quick message Venus
absolutely.
under my breath? Hey, it was Marcus. Marcus took the poison from the kitchen.
Yep, we got that. We got that. Kind of in a situation right now.
Yeah.
Hello! I shout as I come out of the kitchen.
Kind of sandwiched. Right next to him.
We walk out into this drama that's happening.
I need you to make a strength saving throw, Vina.
Yep, that's a saving throw. Natural 20.
All right.
Hey.
So you were able to resist as he pushes his way through you, trying
Which he.
to push you back, but you stand your ground. Marcus.
Okay.
20 years I've waited for this, and you're not gonna take it from me. I have planned, I have skated, I have sat here watching her simp for that fool. And I have hated you every minute of it. You deserve to go down.
Wait, Marcus is saying all that?
Yes.
Mhm.
To
Yeah.
who?
Isabella.
I'm
To
assuming he's spitting in my face at the moment.
As
Yelling
he is
through
looking
me.
past her, he's like spitting in your face, but looking past you
Yeah.
to Isabella. You had to remember that potion, didn't you? Just that I had that bottle. But of course, that moment of clarity that Dr. Jensen. Hate you all. All
Whoa.
of you. And we are going to have you all roll initiative.
Oh, I was about to clear that distance. He laid hands on Venus.
Yeah,
I-
Tarlik says like something abusive relationships so hard to leave.
Yeah.
I absolutely want to take this really hot soup and go spill it on him.
I might be able to help you with that.
That is my plan. That is what I want to do.
Mind you, Venus has very few harmful spells.
Don't worry, that's my job. And by spells, I mean claws.
Yeah.
And beak.
Okay, they're not very strong, so.
It's okay. I've already reset my character sheet to the proper type. It's fine.
I'll remember to click your token before you roll initiative.
Oh, I forgot to do that. Crap.
You're alright.
I just closed roll 20. One misclick and you hit the wrong thing. Yeah, right.
Alrighty. Is everybody on the turn order?
Yes.
We are.
Now,
Alright.
he put hands on me.
He did.
Okay.
Well, he was trying to push past you, not actually like putting hands on you, but trying to move past you, but you're in the way.
He put body on
I'm-
you.
He put
I'm
body on
down.
you. He was
That's
like
even
trying to
worse.
shoulder check you.
Consent. Okay, gotcha.
That's even worse.
Alrighty. Cass, you are up first.
Oh, that's perfect. I am going to make a beeline over there and just be like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, what's happening over here? Oops! And spill hot soup all over Marcus.
Alrighty. And I'm gonna have you do a Constitution saving throw for him. Excuse me. But I want you to do a improvised weapon attack. Which is just your strength, or a d20 plus your strength modifier.
That's +1, so that's actually an 18.
Alrighty. So then, with that, improvised is 1 plus your strength, so 2. But then with the hot soup, we're gonna give him fire damage on top of that.
Oof.
So, and I'm gonna have you roll 2d6 for me. Because he definitely failed that con save.
Nice. 9.
So 11 points of damage to start. Not a bad start at all. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I will look at him with the biggest smile in my beak, and I'll be like, I am so sorry. Excuse me, you have a little spit on your face? Let me get that for you. And I lick my finger and start.
You mom him.
I'm gonna mom him. There you go, honey. And then I'll not an actual slap, but I'll kind of hit him really hard across the face. You know, just like, good job. And that's it. I'll just stay right there, not moving.
Okay.
Oh, is that count as a sneak attack?
You know that you would have, you're within 5, or you have an ally that's within 5 feet. So yeah, go ahead and roll sneak.
Oh my god, I have.
Oh, that's gonna be a really painful bowl of soup.
That is a very. Hey, Jacob makes some good soup.
Yeah,
Apparently.
and it's fresh. We just made it. That's another 3d6 of damage.
Oh, God.
11.
Oh man.
Venus, I'm gonna have you go first.
I will say it was with a finesse or ranged weapon. Is
Okay.
soup a finesse?
Otherwise,
it's not sneak attack.
We'll allow it for this.
Yes.
Because it's not like you have an extra bowl of soup or anything. So just for funsies and creativity, we will reward you with your sneak.
Yes.
Soup, a finesse weapon.
Plus, I mean, like, it is really fine soup.
And it's kind of ranged because I threw it.
Right.
Cool.
Venus, we're gonna let you go before Marcus.
Venus is a classy lady. So as a bonus action, I'm gonna expend a bardic inspiration and use unsettling words on Marcus. So he has to -1 to his next saving throw. She's a -1. But I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers on him. Which is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
DC 15.
He gets a 16 with his modifiers. He almost.
That's with the -1?
Yes.
Okay, so he'll take 4 psychic damage.
Or wait, it would have been 15, but if it meets, it meets. So, because
Yeah,
without the
it
-1.
saves it.
So it'll be 4 psychic damage. He is not afraid of me, but that's fine. I only used a level 1 spell because I didn't think it'd work. But he will hear in his head, "You think you can get away with laying hands on me?" And I kind of just stay in his way.
Alrighty. It is his turn. And as he hears this, he sort of winces, but the glint in his eye, the demeanor of being a friend, of being concerned about this lady, washes away entirely. And you just see the seething hatred that has been a seed in his personality for so long. And it melts into this venom. And he turns this venom towards you and grins maliciously. You are in the way. But Isabella will help. he is going to wave his hands and then sort of grunt. Help me! She needs to make a saving throw.
Is he casting a spell?
Oh, good.
He's doing a special thing.
Okay.
A special thing.
I mean, all big bads have them, right? I mean, all the good big bads have special things.
I would like to say no.
Now, question: how long has it been since we started interrogating her?
Probably an hour.
Shit. Okay. Charm person only lasts an hour. She's not charmed by anymore.
And with this, she sort of grabs her head and pulls her hair. She's like, of course, Marcus, of course. And you hear this sort of growl, this guttural sound from her. And he's just gonna shrug and look at you. It doesn't look like I'll have to do most of the damaging, now does it? And that'll be his turn. Tarlik, you are up. Henwick is on deck.
Okay. Yeah. Tarlik had kind of an idea that like she may have been the murderer, but also just the murder weapon. And I am very sorry for who this might screw up, but I have to try. Centered on my cloak.
Ah, crap.
I'm gonna cast Fog Cloud at 2nd level.
Oh,
I think it's
That's so cool.
look
think
at
it's
that fog cloud. Oh,
That's so cool.
let's see. Well, that's 1st level. 2nd level would
Make it bigger.
Ooh,
that
I like special effects.
that's so cool.
That's a good fog cloud. That might screw up everybody, but
That's okay. It looks cool.
okay. And then I will cast Shillelagh.
And is that your turn, Tarly?
And I'm just gonna move over towards him.
Does the fog cloud follow you? No.
mhm.
Yeah, I centered it on my cloak. So here's the bad news for y'all. Everything in that area is heavily obscured.
Indeed.
But the good news for mainly just me is that I don't care.
Anyways, so
Henwick, you're up.
am I technically in it? I'm getting hit by a little bit of it, but if I'm not, that's fine.
It is within 20 feet, so yes, you are just inside of it.
Okay.
Actually, can you guys see the aura that I put up?
What do you mean?
Oh, I have an aura. I've made an aura on my character token.
All I see is the cloud.
Yeah, all I see is the cloud.
Oh, I don't know how to make that visible to all of you.
Let me see.
Well. Yeah, you kind of made my idea go out the window. So
I'm very
I
sorry.
have to improvise. No, you're fine. I have to improvise. I think I'm gonna have to go out and break through a window to get in now. Let's see.
See, where are you anyway?
I'm in the middle of the tavern, literally.
Yeah,
10,
there you are.
15, 20, 25, 30. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. If I move and use my action to move, I can go out the door and get to here. That's my movement and my action. Bonus action as I go. I am going to
There's a
Go to
window here.
wait, where? Oh, there's a window there. Oh, well then hang on. Let me reset that. That's a lot closer. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Hey. 30. Do I get to the window in 30?
Yeah.
Perfect. As I'm going, bonus action hybrid transformation. I'm
Okay.
shifting.
Heck yeah! Been waiting
let's
for that.
go.
Fuck this noise. Full shift. And then action. I'm gonna bust through that window. Just jump through it like a crazy person.
But yes, for everyone's for everyone's information, all of you, everyone in this tavern, is in the fog cloud.
Do I need
Oh, yes, they are. Hold on, just that.
except
make
for
my-
her?
Nope, all of you.
120 feet. Holy crap.
Though,
Oh no, 20 foot
it wouldn't
sphere.
it wouldn't reach the outside because of the walls.
Right.
But
Yeah,
That's
because it goes 40 feet out because I used a higher level slot.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Is it still raining and storming
It is.
out? Cool. So that means that when I bust through that window, if the wind is stronger than 10 miles an hour, it's going to start pushing it to the other side of the room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
yes.
Do I need to roll, or do I get to automatically, as my action, jump through that window? And
Go ahead and roll
an
an athletics to see how
right.
much of your movement it'll take for your stuff here.
Cool. Athletics. Come on.
You guys have been a delight, and I'm so happy that we got to do this.
19, because I have advantage.
All right, go ahead and jump through the window. I
Wow.
would say it does not impede you at all.
Yeah, we'll just dive through that window, come and basically flank her. Violet's seen this. Or not Violet, God, sorry. Venus has seen this before. Nobody else that isn't part of my group hasn't. She went from being the black hair with white streaks, bulky kind of person. Her hybrid full transformation is jet black with there's 2 white streaks that follow from the ears. Like the ears are stark white and it follows down to about shoulder as a 2 shocks of white. And then everywhere else on her, it's like little tiny hairs of white. So it's kind of like star points.
That's so cool looking.
But
I
she's
love it
full,
so much.
she's full transformationed out
Awesome.
and just like breathing over the shoulder of this girl, waiting for her to make a move.
All right.
Yeah, Tarlik will call out that something just jumped through the window.
By the way, I gave you access to a werewolf token.
Oh, it's
for
okay.
yourself.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, it's not.
It's
jet black.
easier. I don't change size, so it's easier just to keep track with the regular token.
Cool.
That's a really cute little token, though.
It is a cute token, not gonna lie. But that's my turn.
All right.
Make a move.
Her
I dare
turn.
you.
Isabella. Let me pull up her stats here. So as she fails this save and she falls to Marcus's whims, she is going to bonus action rage,
Ooh.
which I'm sure you guys expected with her
Yes.
fits of emotion.
Yes.
Yes!
Let's go.
Barbarian after my own heart.
Seeing, I don't think she would go after Henwick just yet because Henwick has not actively threatened Marcus. So she's gonna go after Venus, and she does have advantage. Does a 18 hit Venus?
Yes, barely, but yes.
Okay.
Cool. So she connects.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the fog is
11
Oh,
flat. Oh,
she should have rolled that with what?
she would have
disadvantage?
rolled straight, but her first roll was the higher number. So, but yes, so that would be 11 slashing. I don't think barbarians. Oh, they do get 2 attacks. So,
they do.
but the second one's a 16, so I don't think that hits you. Correct?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, and that will be her turn.
Is she gonna move at all?
She is not.
Cool. I have Sentinel, so since she connected on Venus and she's within 5 feet of me, I get an attack as well.
Okay.
That is the best feat. I love Sentinel.
Sentinel is
Absolutely
so
wonderful.
good.
So good.
So she's gonna get a paw to the back of the head.
Okay.
If I can make this thing roll. There we go.
Which also may or
18.
may not be with disadvantage.
Okay, and
She's gonna take 9 points of damage.
that will hit.
Hi, bop.
No, just
And she smacks Venus, tries again, and just I clap her upside the big like the ear, like I box her ear with my hand, and I just dark predatory growl.
I love it so much. All right, Cass, it is your turn. Venus is on deck.
Cass spilled that soup, and all of a sudden it got really foggy, and she's confused. She didn't think it was that hot. No, she's smarter than that. That's just me. Okay, so I'm still close, so I can still, like, I can't really see anything, but I know Marcus is in front of me. Like, I can still, his presence is right there, right? Like, cool. Cool. Wait, do I have to see for?
You would still be able to get sneak attack because you have an ally.
Within
Yeah.
5 feet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't get the advantage sneak attack, but you get the normal.
But I can't use any spells that require me to see something.
Yeah, I'm real sorry about all that.
Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool. I have a rapier I can use instead.
Yeah. If it becomes a problem, he will take it down.
I will, I guess, yeah, pull out my rapier, and since he can't see me, I will attack him and add my sneak attack.
Go ahead and roll. It will be at disadvantage.
That's what I figured.
Fog's a hell of a drug.
So 17 to hit.
That does not hit.
No!
Oh, crap.
Okay. What do I have my bonus action?
Just misses.
Nah, I'm not gonna disengage. I'm just. Oh, can I? I have the hide action. Can I hide in the fog?
You can
Absolutely.
absolutely hide in the fog.
Yes, I'm gonna hide in the fog. I don't know if that makes any difference because it was really just hiding in the fog, but I am extra hidden in the fog.
It would
Where
have
did she go?
I think what it would do is, well, technically, here's the other thing. Like, technically, you wouldn't have disadvantage because he's also blinded.
Oh, yeah. So it would be just a straight roll.
It wouldn't. The 17 would still
Still not
stand.
yet. Everyone's
Yeah, 'cause
blinded.
this is my
But
first one.
everything that is heavily obscured, it is still at disadvantage
Yes.
because it goes against their AC rather than like
Oh,
them
okay.
trying to move.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately,
Yes.
his attacks will also be at disadvantage.
Disadvantage. I'm gonna stay where I am. I'm not gonna move. I'll stand there and be like, God damn it, and then chew on a piece of little cheese that got stuck in my beak.
But yeah, hiding not the worst idea.
Yep. Hiding in the fog, but not moving.
You want to roll a stealth check at advantage?
Yes.
I'll let you guys roll all the dices. Oh,
20.
Venus.
So the wind from outside would have cleared some of this fog. What of the fog in the current room would be dissipated?
Let's see here.
I don't really think it's going to change what I would do, but
I wouldn't say too much of where the door is because but like you would definitely be able to catch glimpses of Isabella behind you if you were to turn around. And I will lower her AC by 2 from the wind.
I'm a spellcaster. AC. I am gonna turn around, actually. And what Henwick would just vaguely be able to see in like the slight obscurity of the fog that she was still in. I am going to reach one hand out to Isabella. I'm gonna do some shenanigans, and you can tell me no, because this is gonna be kind of a lot for 6 seconds. I'm just gonna place a hand on her rage-filled face. Against my better judgment, I will not take your agency away from you. And with my other hand, I'm gonna reach around her to kind of like grasp at Henwick to kind of like either like guide or signal to like come around to the other side of me where I know that they can get to who they need to. For my action, I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery on Marcus.
That is a save, correct?
It is a Wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
All right. And what are you saying as you viciously mock him?
I am basically me telling Isabella that I won't take her agency away is mocking him for literally just doing that.
All right.
And if he failed, he'll take the damage and he'll have disadvantage, which he's in the fog, it doesn't matter, on his next attack. And then for my bonus action, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself. At first level.
Okay.
Three, 5. Hold on, it's okay. It's okay. So I get healed for 12 because I'm a cleric. I'm a life cleric.
Very cool.
So I basically got healed for whatever she just hit me with.
That's good. I forgot he has legendaries, so like I haven't been taking his turns. I'm sorry.
That's fine. We can just keep
a free
it that
round.
way.
It's fine.
Let's keep it consistent and just. It's fine. It's fine.
Mind you, I was going to cast Levitate on this girl, but I can't, in good conscience, do that right now.
Alrighty. So he is going to try and step out of the way. And then
I think he's standing on a table.
He might be. He is fumbling around.
Does an 18 hit?
Do you have Sentinel as well?
No.
No,
I
but
don't have...
he gets an attack of opportunity.
And I
yes, he does.
I can
Oh,
see
do
him,
I?
Yeah,
and
cast
he
this
can't
one.
see me.
But it would still be at disadvantage, so that 13 would not hit.
No, it's not a disadvantage. I can see him
Oh yeah, because you can't see.
because I can effectively
Trevor.
see within 10 feet of me.
Oh, well then, yeah, an 18 would hit. It just hit.
Okay, but I can attack at disadvantage, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
You can choose to, or you can just let it go if you need if you need your reaction for something else.
Nope.
So I smack him for 9.
Good to know. Oh, look,
no.
Mega Murph gave me a
Mega-
villain point.
No.
Nope. She doesn't need it.
Hey,
Thanks.
can you use it on me?
Are you trying to get me to kill you too?
She always does.
Oh, my goodness.
That was a natural 1, so
Oh, Cass.
Oh no!
I
poor
whiffed
Cass.
it. It was just air.
And look, Hoop's even encouraging Murph's bad behavior here.
Hoop! No!
Red button must press. Yes.
Whose side are you on? Never ours. He's never on ours.
Of course not, because that's not the fun way to be a DM, right?
Never mind. I'll see if it works on my turn. They just ignore me.
As he does this, he is going to call out to Lydia, who has been quiet all evening.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
Wait, who's Lydia?
The server girl.
No, Emily was a server. Lydia is the ranger that's been with them.
Oh,
So, yeah, I think I put Lydia in the wrong spot when I
It's-
was giving the recap.
It's another one of his groupies.
It is another one of his
Oh.
groupies.
Yeah.
Well then.
And she needs to make a wisdom saving.
We have apparently forgotten about her.
I would
Mhm.
love to know if I smell vampire off of this guy.
He
On your turn,
seems-
you can act.
He seems, yeah.
Yeah.
And she is also going to fail, so she's going to be added to the turn order.
Does Ryder get a turn?
He
I think
will on
Ryder-
my turn.
Ryder goes on Tarlik's turn.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have to command him to do stuff.
And that he's going to call out to Henwick. Meddling fool.
Oh.
And he's going to mark her as the target. That one.
Uh-huh.
And that
Does
will be
he-
his turn for now.
does he have
Does
to
he-
see her? Because he's in the fog cloud.
No, because he's telling them to do it.
Okay. And is it a magical mark, like a blood hunter mark?
It is
Or is-
similar, but it is not a blood hunter mark.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with your groupies and then you're mine.
Tarlik, it is your turn.
Okay. Tarlik is going to say, not so fast. Welcome to my world. And he's going to follow Marcus. And I'm going to attack a couple times.
Don't forget your dog. Ooh, nice.
So,
A 12 does not hit.
and then I'm going to try that again. How about 26?
What is it doing there?
I think the second thing is advantage, and like the first one is straight. I'm not sure. I like held down the shift. I held down the shift button when I clicked the roll, and because I saw 2 dice when I did that, and I thought that would be how I roll with advantage. So I
Oh,
think
hold
the
on.
second set of numbers is me rolling with advantage.
Okay, so, well, we'll just, as it does that, we're just going to take the first 2 numbers that pop up, because it's essentially rolling 3 for some reason. But
Yeah,
a
I
26 will hit.
I'm not sure why it's doing that, but okay.
I've never seen it do that before, so.
Yeah. I'm just as confused as you are because I don't have like elven accuracy or anything like that. So that's 11. And then I will whistle for Ryder to come join me, who I do not have control over.
Let me fix that for you. There you go.
He'll just scoot around Pip. He'll come join me. And he'll attack. Unfortunately, he does have disadvantage.
Go for the shins.
Bite the ankles.
How do I do that? Where's my dog?
Although Mega says that they want the dog to win, so transfer the point to the dog.
That's how I do damage. How do
Ryder,
I-
Ryder becomes a villain.
No,
What?
don't say that.
He could. You don't know.
Nope, that's a damage roll. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I've
bud.
never used the Beast Companion on roll 20. So.
Go ahead and just roll a d20.
Well, he already rolled it. It went through. It's a nat 1.
Well, that's my damage.
That's the damage.
Oh, that's the damage.
It's just a d8.
That's right.
Well,
But that is a nat one.
What
Oh
is a
no,
nat
I'm
1?
sorry. I put it out in the universe.
Oh no.
No.
Sorry.
Does he do anything else? Because I command him with my bonus action. Acts during your turn. It can move and use its reaction on its own, but it only takes the dodge action unless I command it to do otherwise. Okay, yeah. So that was that. That is
Lovely.
my turn.
I'm gonna hold my action.
You're gonna hold your action. And
Yep.
what are you holding?
I'm holding to see if Isabel, it's Isabel. I'm bad with names. Sorry. The one I just boxed ears on. I'm holding for her to turn around and try and smack the shit out of me, because I attacked her, and it's usually keeping attention. I'm trying to draw the aggro.
Okay.
I would, however, if it's not a full action, like to try and sniff sus if Marcus is not human.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Bonus action to sniff.
Yeah.
May as well. What would you
Sniffing's
like
a free
to-
action. You're
What would
okay.
you like me to roll for that?
Perception for.
Cool. We're gonna roll that. Give me the. I need it to be advantage. 16.
He smells elven.
But he looks human, right?
Well, he's elven.
Okay.
So.
But he doesn't smell anything like not elven, like
He smells magical.
ah. Okay.
Like there's an arcane scent to him that's not necessarily placed with any sort of faction, but you can definitely get this sense just from that sniff that he's probably a lot more powerful than what he's letting on.
Got it. Okay.
And with he's going to take one of his actions because the inn is considered his lair.
How about no?
How about it's fun?
It's legendary actions. Can't stop it, I guess. Or
How
lair
about-
actions.
How about no, please?
Better yet, hear me out. Use it against me.
He's going to use a thing I like to call Vengeance Strike. And this is going to go toward the person who last hit him.
Oh no! Darlik!
And it does an additional bit of damage if he connects. So
Disadvantage because dissonant whispers. Not dissonant whispers. I should
yes, I got a 15 and a 13 plus 7.
Whoa!
No.
That's a 20.
That's a
That will-
20. That's a dirty
Okay,
20.
so that will hit.
No.
I love it. She's like, no.
This is all in character. This is totally Cass just yelling no over and over again.
That's
Really?
12 plus 1.
Reload the soup bowl, Cass. Get him
You're
again.
gonna take 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then it is Henwick's holding her action.
Yep.
So it is Isabella's turn.
Lydia's.
No, it's Lydia's turn. That's right. Let me pull up her sheet here. And I should have just screenshotted all of these so they were like nice little neat boxes rather than all on a Google Docs. She is gonna draw her bow.
Okay.
She's gonna go for Thomas. And she's gonna miss with a natural for the first attack. And a natural 1 on the second attack. So she's like super useful.
Ooh.
I use 2 different dice too. Like that's awful.
That's like Will Wheaton levels of dice.
Right? Well, I mean, like I rolled 4 d20s because, disadvantage, but
Right.
still 2 natural ones in a row sucks. All right. And now it is Isabella's turn. And Isabella is going to, still in her rage, go after evens or odds, Dido.
Well, I like to be kind of odd, so.
Okay, it's going after you. I just called her an it. That was rude.
I mean,
The
it's
dice.
the rage that does it.
True. All right, so that is a 17 to hit at disadvantage.
Just hits.
Okay, and then so I don't remember her damage thingy here. Okay, yes I do. Christ, barbarians have a lot of
Yeah.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do.
This is why I play like 8 barbarians in different campaigns. It's my favorite class.
That is 10 slashing to you. And she gets to make another attack. Evens or odds, Dido?
Can't go with the same thing twice, evens.
Okay, so this one's gonna swing around toward Henwick.
Cool.
You can use your reaction if you'd like.
Yeah, we're gonna use the reaction before she goes because why not? 22 to hit for 5 damage.
All right, and that is halved because of her rage.
Fine. What is she hitting with?
She's hitting with a great axe.
Is it magical or silver?
Is not.
Cool. I have
Where-
the same reduction as she does. Let's go.
Cool.
Where did she get that grade? Where was she keeping it?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, you don't.
My
wanna
well,
know.
they make like bracers of storing where you can like
Mhm.
bring it out.
She just
They're
went
pretty
cheap.
cool.
Keep that.
All right, so I can't hit you for shit because I got
Oh.
a 1 and a 2. Jesus Christ, guys!
Hey, you were meant to hit me.
So,
Right?
Scorched Queen would like us to hydrate if you can.
Thanks, Cece.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my hands are
Yo.
full.
Yeah, you have a cat. A little hard.
Kitten.
Okay, so my reaction hit, her second attack missed.
Mhm.
Then my action then my action triggers because I held action for her to attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let's do it again. So I already did a bonus, which means we're just going straight up on attacks here. 14 probably misses.
14 misses.
Cool. So now we're trading blows. Just pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hitting. She's missing. Let's be honest.
Yeah, she only wants to hit. She only has eyes for Henwick.
Tiny girl with a big ass sword. Come on.
All right.
That's my
And
turn, and that's hers, so.
what, like, hearing the, and then, like, the whirring of her blade not connecting, Marcus is going to take his second legendary action.
Okay.
Fine.
Because he can't really see anything right now. And he's going after the dog.
Not
I'm rolling.
No! No!
Not
I'm
the
sorry.
dog.
Okay,
You can't kill the dog because in my lines and veils it says no animal murder. So
This is true.
the dog is fine.
He's gonna
will say that he knocks out the dog
Yeah,
if he actually
knock out the
like,
dog.
yeah, like
Thank
because
you.
I don't think he would actually kill the dog so much as he just wants it off of him.
armor class 16, by the way.
Okay,
Dang.
that is gonna miss.
That's
so
a
because
sturdy
I
dog.
got
Good.
a 7 naturally on the die, so
Yes.
and it is disadvantage still. All right, Cass.
Oh, it's me. Well, the person is no longer in front of me. I'm gonna yell. Pip, Jacob, get to the kitchen. Close the door. Save the stew.
You're hilarious.
And cover your ears.
Cover your ears. Samuel, help! Marcus is killing everybody.
Oh no. Oh no.
Join the fight.
Oh, I think Samuel should leave.
Samuel's a big boy and he could help.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
Yeah, but Samuel's not exactly the brightest bulb. Just like me.
I mean, we don't need his brains right now.
And I'd imagine his wisdom save isn't awesome.
Yeah.
That was not great.
Oh no.
I bet if Henwick had asked him.
I'm a little busy being a wolf right now, so it would just come out as grunts, growls, and howls. Sorry.
All right, well then I am going to... I can't see anything, right? I am going to
Technically, no.
yell. I am going to just yell, whoever's in charge of the fog, I can't see. And then
Take a step forward.
I will take a step forward. Can I
1 o'clock.
I want to attack something, but I cannot see. So, can I
Do you want to hold your action until
Yeah.
he drops fog?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my action until Tarlik drops the fog, or until I see Marcus if he gets into my space or something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll just stand there with my wings. I'm gonna use my wings to try and flap the fog away.
Okay.
Can that work? I don't know if it's just a
Go ahead
continuous
and try.
fog. But okay, yeah, I'm flapping my wings trying to get everything away. What do you want me to roll?
Let's do Arcana. No, yeah, we'll do Arcana because it is a magical fog, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
that was almost a 17.
So you're able to get a couple of glimpses with the 14, but we'll say that it's you can roll a straight roll, but he will have a higher AC.
I'm gonna hold my action then. I'll just continuously beat my wings trying to push the air around, and maybe
What
disorient-
action are you holding?
I'm holding my rapier action to attack.
Noted.
Oh,
And
actually, if I can see him, I'm going to hold my attack for when I see him to cast Mind Sliver.
okay. Venus.
I know that Henwick can hold their own. I don't think either of us are super hurt, and I can't see anybody else. So I can't see him. So I can't do that. What? I'm not gonna attack Isabella. Venus is not gonna attack Isabella. She's not gonna stop Henwick from attacking. I'm just gonna cast Vicious Mockery on Marcus again because I don't need to see him for that one. So it's Wisdom save, DC 15.
Okay. He is going to take all 5 damage because I can't
And-
roll 4.
He will also have disadvantage in case the fog cloud goes away.
His next attack.
Mm-hmm.
Is it attack or saving throw?
I think so.
Yeah, sounds right.
Next attack roll, not saving
Just attack
throw.
roll. Okay.
Just attack roll.
Is there anything else you'd like?
No, that's gonna be it. That is gonna be it for the moment.
It is Marcus's turn. And he is getting angry.
I would ask, does it seem like he has to make concentration checks, but I can't see him. So it doesn't matter.
He does not, because this is not a concentration thing that he has on top of them.
It's an ability. That's
Mhm.
why I was wondering.
But he is going to use a rallying cry as a
Okay,
bonus
Brittany.
action. And he is going to grant himself and his allies that he now has a +2 to their attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
And that is a concentration thing, to be fair. And then as his attack, we'll roll again. Because I always roll, that way it's not being unfair to anybody. But 1, 2. And we're gonna go after Tarlik again. I'm sorry.
I am the one being the giant pain.
With the fog cloud, yeah.
To everybody.
Yeah,
First attack misses with another natural 1 and a natural 19.
yeah, I'll do it.
I'm gonna retire this die. It's never getting rolled again.
Hey, Singularity just raided.
Hi, Singularity.
Hey,
Hello.
friends!
And then I got another 17 and a 15. So +7. So I'm assuming that hit.
So how many times did you hit me?
Just
Just 1.
Which ones? Okay. Yeah. 17 plus some stuff you said was.
well, that was to hit. What's the damage?
Ten slashing.
How you doing over there, Tarlik?
10 better. Well, hold on 1 second. Okay, well, so the fog will still be up for my turn, but I think I might drop it.
It is your.
So I'm gonna take a couple of advantage swings on this guy.
Oh, and I forgot to add his extra 2 to that, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
If I forget something, it's always going to be for you guys' advantage. Like, if I forget it, it's not going to be like, oh, by the way, I need to add it, because that's rude.
Appreciate you.
He's already got friends. He doesn't need it.
So 23.
23 will hit.
No.
What the heck?
No, she didn't even use the
No.
first one yet. Calm down.
Hoop,
You
I
just-
love you so much.
You just wanted an excuse to use the emoji.
Chiffon's like, no, don't.
No, actually, I think the first villain point was to attack the dog.
Oh, was it?
No,
Well,
I mean,
No.
Murph
That's what a
changed
true
it
villain
to
would
the
do.
dog, so the dog
Yeah.
has the inspiration.
Oh,
It
that's
was-
right.
it-
Okay.
Yeah, it was
So
for the
now
dog.
you have a villain
And
point.
then-
Congrats.
Which is good, because I keep rolling all these natural ones.
Is the
Oh, there's a
natural
nat 20.
Heck yeah!
Let's go.
So, another
14.
14 on top of the 13. I don't know if either of those are going to break his concentration or not. But upon hitting him, I will use.
He stays.
Well, upon hitting him, I will use favored foe on him.
Are you dropping your fog?
I have to use the favored foe.
Okay.
But I figured I might as well do something with it and do an extra D4 damage, which I'm not sure if that gets doubled on a crit or not. But
No, because you don't. It would have needed to happen before the roll.
okay, good.
So-
Yeah, it happens when you make contact. You use favored foe. Okay, so now my dog will attack,
Good pupper.
Get him in the ankles.
which uses the same modifier as Shillelagh because my spell roll.
All right. So if you want to just roll Shillelagh, you can. 16 does not hit.
Ooh.
But you do have inspiration,
For
so
the
you
dog?
can roll that. Yes.
Sure.
Murph gave you inspiration
For
for
the
your pupper.
dog.
How about a 16?
Oh,
Wow!
Wow,
man.
That shouldn't count.
This shouldn't count.
How about a 16?
What? We got this. It's okay. We got this. We got it.
So as you connect with your Shillelagh, and you seem to get a pressure point that's between pieces of his armor, he screeches out, and this aura starts to glow around him. And I'm not telling you what it does, but there you go.
know, I dropped my aura. He can drop his.
So, but he seems empowered of some sort.
Okay.
With that, he's going to use a legendary action.
Fantastic.
Oh my God.
Is he? Do I go before him, or does?
You would, because you're holding your reaction.
For when I can see, and as soon as he
Mhm.
drops the fog, I am going to react,
All right, go ahead
or
and hit it.
going to use my action.
Is
All
that
right.
better?
Thank
You're
you.
doing Mind Sliver.
Yes, I'm doing Mind Sliver. So I am driving a disorienting spike of psychic energy into his mind. You have to succeed on an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
I love how Cass and Venus are just like mind fucking this guy.
Alrighty.
Calling him
And what is your
names.
DC? Because I got a 16 and a 17.
No, it was 15.
I don't know why I rolled at disadvantage, but
I don't know.
Because you have been for the past like 4 rounds.
that's probably true. Yeah.
Okay, I don't think you take any damage even on a fail.
Oh no.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The one time I
Oh.
roll well.
That would have been really cool.
those spells we call save or suck. And he
Mhm.
saved.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, that was it. That was my held action. It happened too fast. I wasn't prepared.
This is gonna go towards Henwick. Or not Henwick, Venus. I'm so sorry. No, I'm right. Henwick. I keep confusing you guys' names.
So
What's wrong with them?
That's Cass. Cass is the owl.
Oh, is it? Okay. My
Yeah, sorry. My kid's like
Oh,
yelling
you're
at me
good.
in the background and he's got me all confused. Yes, this is going towards Cass. So sorry. Alright. And
Henwick is a very owl name.
It is. That's
Yeah.
what my problem is. There we go. But okay, so we have a 12 plus 7 is 19 plus 2, so 21.
Yeah.
Is 9, 13, 15 points.
15 points of damage?
Yes.
Oof.
Yeah, ow.
Okay. And then his next hit. Let me
Oh my
see.
Cass immediately does not look good.
Yeah, Tarlik's
in
been
the
taking
wrong
some
room.
some pretty whompers there.
I'm in the wrong room.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is actually going to go towards Thomas. And yeah, he's going to take some damage here.
Say, Thomas, don't suppose you want to be a part of this arrest, would you?
Yes, he is going to add himself to the turn with this. Will somebody roll a d20 for me?
5.
All right. He's not very dexterous. Sorry, guys.
Well, he was just kind of plunged into darkness, and then like a big fight happened all around him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, and now it is Henwick's turn because Tarlik, that was his legend, or he went after Tarlik for a legendary.
Oh, I'm in the wrong room, but one thread at a time. Okay, bonus action. Activating Crimson Right on my claws, because I can. I need to roll a d6. Let's see if I can remember the syntax. I take 5 points of damage from activating my right.
Okay.
Ow.
That's what you get for having Crimson Rights. It's fine. However, my claws not only do slashing, they also do fire. So, and we're going to slash at the person in front of me. Slashy, slashy. That's a crit.
That ought to do it.
Yeah.
So, oh wow. Okay. So that's 1d6, so 2d6 plus a d6 of fire. Is it d6 or d8? d6. So
Looks like it did 8 damage.
well,
She needs to do her double fire damage
double
too.
double
Oh,
fire.
right.
Yeah, the fire isn't factored into that.
Yeah.
So 2d6 of fire on top of it. So,
And she's not resistant to fire, so
no, she is not. That's why I activated it. So 4 fire. And then, so 8 slashing, which is reduced to 4, but she takes 4 fire, which is not reduced.
8 total,
8
which
total.
is great
And
against barbarian.
I would get another attack if I didn't use my bonus to activate the fire, but basically, Henwick just puts her claw, like laces her fingers together and pulls in an arc, and both of her hands are, like, the claws are glowing hot red.
That's so cool.
Do you have extra attack yet?
I only get a bonus attack I only get an extra attack with a bonus action. I do not get multiple attacks per round yet.
Really? I thought by
Mhm.
level 5.
I'll
That's our,
double check.
that's our
but I don't think
next session. When we go
Oh, I
after
know.
the
Attacks
Astral
per action
Sea.
2. Sorry, attacks per action 2. I read that wrong. Swing again.
Okay.
That's gonna miss.
That is, but you are flanking her.
Oh, so I get
Yes.
advantage.
Mhm.
Still gonna miss.
You try.
Hey, but it's the first time I've missed her. So,
Her AC is not as high as his, so
how's she looking, by the way?
oh, she's all right.
God damn it. That's right, Barbarian Rage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. So Lydia's turn, and now that she can see, you can see as the fog clears and you guys start to look at them. Their eyes are glazed over. And they don't look like anybody's home. Yes, they are, Charlie. All right. And this is going to go toward Venus. She's going to pull out her bow and she's going to shoot. And she's going to miss.
Cool.
Then
Ping.
she's going to line up another shot. And that is 17. I don't know her sheet by heart yet. And that
To me-
would
to
just
me-
be 8 points of piercing damage.
Good show.
That is her turn.
Wait, who did she hit?
She hit Venus.
Okay.
And then Isabella is evens or odds. Somebody between Venus and
Call it, Dido. I don't care which one.
okay, so this is gonna go towards Henwick first,
That's good. Come on. You gotta hit
and it's
17.
a natural 20.
Whoa, buddy!
Whoa!
Let's go! But it is a non-magical, non-silvered weapon. Nat 20 or not, I'm having that damage.
True, which is fine with me here. So let's
Probably a good
see
thing that
here.
I got hit, not Venus.
Yeah, because Venus is the
wait,
fucking healer.
You know what? How about silvery barbs?
Yes!
All right,
I love that spell.
I forgot I had it.
That shit
17 still.
still happens, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 17.
But it's not crit damage. Have it or not.
True. Well, it's 17 plus, but it's actually, you know what? I'm gonna use my villain point, and I'm gonna cancel your silvery barbs.
No!
Fine. Let's go.
Thanks.
It's fine. Come on. Come on.
Just
Roll
because Hoop is in there, like I hate that spell.
Yeah, dude,
He
he hates
does.
that. He hates that
does
spell
hate that
so
spell.
much.
I'm gonna put out there. I gave Bunny the chance to tell me no.
She did.
All right.
All right,
you
so that's 25 points of damage.
So 12.
So halved. Yeah.
Got it. Taken.
I don't
6
allow silvery barbs at my long-term tables. For a one-shot, I don't care. But for a long-term campaign, it would be fine if it had like a saving throw towards it or whatever. But the automatic and then giving somebody advantage is a little much.
I'm gonna give advantage to Tarlik.
All right. And with that, it is it's in turn order. It's Thomas. He is not going to hit.
Poor boy, he tried.
He did. He's just trying to get his irons on the right person here. Cass, it is your turn.
All right, I am going to try this mind sliver again against Marcus. Nope, sorry. That's you have to do a
save. Okay. And that is a natural 3 on the die.
Heck yeah! He takes 5 damage. That's it.
Is there anything else with it though?
I thought there was.
Oh, you have to subtract a d4 from your next saving throw.
That would do it.
That sounds familiar. I was like, it feels like that's not enough for that spell.
Yeah, you have to take a 1d4 away from your next saving throw.
Which could cause him to then fail Vicious Mockery, which could cause him to get disadvantage, so it's kind of a
Yes,
snowballing effect.
absolutely. Oh, and because he did take damage. Oh, he saves on his concentration.
Damn.
Even with the minus d4.
It was another natural 20, but I wasn't gonna boast about it.
What? You should retire that dice.
It's my liquid core.
This is Foundry levels of shenanigans, and I don't like it.
Cass, would you like to do anything else?
No, because I'm not gonna walk away, and I'm not gonna disengage. So. Oh wait, actually, hold on, give me 1 second.
I do love liquid core dice. They're so pretty.
Yeah, I got my sister a set.
How much trouble has Lydia been giving us? Not a lot, right? Like
She sat there, and then she could finally see, and then she missed.
She's trying to turn people into pincushions and failing horribly.
But
Okay,
she did do 25 points of damage to somebody who halved it in one turn.
No, that Lydia.
No, Lydia.
Oh no,
Lydia.
Yeah, no, Lydia's been like fucking awful. I can't roll for shit for her.
Yeah, Lydia's been trying to make people into pincushions and failing. So
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm just gonna yell again. Now that I can see them, Pip, Jacob, get under cover! And then I look over and see Samuel still over there. What are you doing? Get over here and fight, big boy!
Go ahead and roll another persuasion.
what's the doctor doing?
It's the exact same thing that it was before.
The
He's
doctor
probably
has not done shit yet.
Stapling his fingers.
Probably.
All right.
Yeah, that was it. Ineffective yelling.
It wasn't ineffective because he actually seems to be listening,
Oh, yay!
as did the other two.
Good.
I think you got like
Everybody-
a 10 on the last one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or something. Or I rolled my insight and it was higher than your thing, but I got a 2 on the die, so.
Nice. Good boy, come on! Let's go! I've also been, like, I haven't stopped moving my wings around, just trying to, like, disorient Marcus. It's not like a spell or anything, I'm just...
It's just like turtles when they go against a rival's hurdle, just doing this.
Yeah,
in his face.
I'm just being annoying. That's just what I'm doing. I'm just annoying.
Alrighty. So, let's see here. Marcus is going to take another legendary action after Cass goes and gets more people involved in this fight. I've waited too long for this, and I will see that she suffers. Lydia, you know what to do. And he his eyes sidle toward Isabella.
Gonna shoot his own mate. Great.
If you're not taking her in, she'll die. Alrighty. With that, he is going to compel Lydia to make a shot at her. And she actually does hit.
Of course.
Of course she hits. Yeah, but Lydia's raging. Or, Isabella's raging.
So she halved that damage.
Yep.
But, yeah. Okay. And then it is Venus's go.
How bad is Tarlik and Cass looking?
Cass looks as half as good as she did before. Like, exactly.
Oh, you only have 30 hit points, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh no!
I hit you
That's
for 15, I'm so
squishy.
sorry.
I'm squishy. I only got hit once.
Tarlik, what did you say? I can't hear anything.
I'm about where she is. Yeah. Looking pretty rough.
One of Cass's wings is like held in a weird position.
I am going to use a bonus action and give Cass Bardic Inspiration.
Ooh.
You got this. Let's finish what they started, I guess. But then I'm gonna cast Firebolt at Marcus. I'm gonna miss. It's an 11.
That was a really good roll, too. For damage.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Would you like to do anything else?
Nope, well, that is me. That's my bonus action and my action.
So he is going to...
Come in and deal with your own problem. Come on.
This is going to go towards Thomas for first.
Poor Thomas. He was just trying to do his job.
This is definitely going to hit. I did have my chance to say no to the spell, but I don't like saying no to people. Not for one-shots, man. And then the second one. This is gonna go towards Tarlik.
That's really bad news.
18.
Yep, that'll do it.
No.
And you have a decent chance of just putting me down.
No.
12 points of damage.
Ah, still up.
Oh, but he is going
Oh.
to add smite damage to the.
No. No.
I'm sorry, you guys can get back up. It's fine.
You say that, but do you remember how many spell slots I wasted last session?
I need you to make a wisdom
Is this
saving
just
throw
supposed
for
to be a
me.
one shot?
Okay.
Oh, that's good. That was good.
So only an extra 3 points.
I'm unconscious.
God damn it!
I had 2 hit points.
No.
All right, Charlie.
Bunny knew what she was doing. She knew. You literally just told her your HP. She knew.
No, I didn't know he had only 2 points of HP left because I'm not tracking it.
He literally just said he was at 15 not even 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to maths. That's a lot of faith in me. Tarlik,
Okay.
I
First
want
thing-
you to tell us a memory about your character as you make your death saving throw.
A memory about my character. Well, where the heck are death saving throws?
In roll.
Ah, there they are.
20,
You also have
Sub-Zero first.
advantage
I have advantage.
because of silvery barbs.
Oh, is that what that does? Okay.
Thank God, because that would have been a fail.
And technically, your dog gets to attack.
Yes, he does. So that's a success.
That is a success. But as you
Uh,
fall unconscious, what does Tarlik's first memory come to?
Probably would have been being with his parents. He had an elven father and a human mother, and he kind of went back and forth, staying between them, because they living together wasn't really looked well upon at the time.
Tarlik, does he remember seeing?
Oh yeah, he had sight up until the point where he was about 10.
So as Tarlik starts thinking about his parents and living in different homes, his vision blinks. And he starts to remember the last things that faded before his blindness.
Those are not good things.
Something peaceful turns twisted and dark. But you saved, so. Henwick.
Well, my dog's gonna attack.
Oh, absolutely.
His dog would like to rage.
Right?
And that will hit.
Okay, so that is a
It's reverse John Wick.
yes.
Yes, yes.
It is. Yeah.
Nine damage. Heck yeah.
Well, it should be more than that actually, right? Yeah, it's a D8 plus 2 plus proficiency, so that should be 9 plus another 3, so 12 damage.
Alrighty. Henwick. One of your compatriots have fallen.
Yeah, and I'm in the wrong room and I'm realizing this. So question for you. I know I'm not a halfling, so I can't end in a friendly square, but moving through friendly squares, am I taking a detriment to my movement speed?
I would say through the door, yes.
How much?
I would say just an extra square.
Cool. I should be able to clear that. 5, and then I move through Venus, 10, 15 through 15, 20 through the doorway. Yeah, I will take the attack. I'll let the attack of opportunity fire off, but I'm getting straight up in Marcus's face.
You have to get through Cass's wings as she's like.
I will dive. Basically, she sidesteps Isabel and slides through, dives over Cass's shoulder wing area, and basically wants to grab Marcus and slam him into the wall, and then just slam, because I have 3 attacks, and I would like to slam him against the wall.
Does Sentinel,
Badass.
or does 18 hit?
18 will hit. I'll take it. But does she have Sentinel?
She does, but I kind of don't want to use it just so that you could, because you went through all the trouble of
Okay.
explaining.
Well,
what
that's
you
the
wanted.
thing. That's the thing. It's up to you, because if she hits me, I have to stop moving. So she basically wouldn't take that attack.
So 9 damage plus, hold on, 9 on the die plus what? 4? So yeah, 13 points of damage.
Okay, so I'm not going anywhere then. Actually, I would
I'm
get
sorry.
probably here.
But
before
you
she
can
gets-
hit her.
I
try
take
and shake her out of her.
13, so 12, so 6. I take 6. Okay. Yeah, all right. All right. I would like to try and slam her into the floor.
All right.
3 times.
Be ready
Do you-
to mind that.
You're ruining my movement.
Sorry.
Actually, let's see. I don't have a grapple, so yeah, we'll just roll the attacks. That's the first one. That's the second one. That's the third one.
That is, they will all hit.
Cool. So we're adding 3d6 fire on top of that because I have her in my hand. So I basically, so she stops me from moving. I do that menacing slow turn. I reach down and grab her by the ankle and just wham, 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 and then
Like the
lay her on the
Hulk?
ground. Yeah,
The
pretty
Hulk,
much.
yes, Hulk smash.
That
God.
table, that round table that's in the middle of the map is cracked in half.
Absolutely.
Chandelier, if that's not a standing chandelier, whatever that object next to it, that's broken too. And I just pop, 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 and then I just drop her unceremoniously.
All right.
So even
And-
if we have the regular damage, so that's 8, 16, 26, so she takes 13. She takes 26.
Absolutely. And for your descriptions there, I'll give you a D4 on your next roll.
Awesome.
Nice.
And I just growl at her. Is she unconscious or is she still awake?
She's still awake.
All right.
If,
But she's
if
not
Colonel-
looking good.
If only Henwick were a barbarian right now, they
I
would rage.
practically am actually because of the way that the lichen works. I have the reduction like she does, but it's against non-magical weaponry. So I have that same thing going on, but also it's real risky because if I lose 2 more hit points, it is a crapshoot who I hit because I have to roll a will save, and if I fail, it's a random die as to what
Let's
direction I aim.
Go.
Yep.
So Lydia got a natural 20.
Oh my goodness.
On who? On who? Because technically
Isabella.
Isabella's on the floor, which means that she's an
Oh.
Disadvantage.
Well, for ranged, yes, it would. She's still gonna hit.
Damn. But it's not a crit.
Lydia's gonna go down.
Okay. You mean Isabella?
Yeah, Isabel. Sorry, Isabella is down, and
Ooh, let's target I have to deal with.
How does this arrow get through us all?
Right?
An
she
arc?
has Hunter's mark on her.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah.
Also, she's a really tall elf. Isabella's down. Let me roll her. And she fails the first one. Gonna move him here. And he's gonna. What do you want me to do?
Punch him! And I point at Marcus.
Okay. He's gonna hit.
Yes! What a good boy,
Punch him
Samuel.
with those ham hocks.
Yeah.
Just a battle of the pets over here.
Yep.
Yes.
And but Thomas misses. Woo!
Aw,
Thomas
what
is doing
kind of-
so good, guys.
So great.
He needs to
Just-
stop using improvised weapons. That would really fucking help.
He's just trying to do his job.
He just wants to clap the irons on. That's all he's trying to do. All right, Cass, it is your.
Okay, I'm gonna do a thing. I am going to attempt to grapple him.
All right.
Bring him to me.
I
Bring him to
am going
me.
to jump on him and wrap my arms around him and wrap my wings around him and just like try and hold on so that Thomas can get the manacles on him.
All right. Go ahead and give me a athletics check.
Cool. Well, you couldn't like talk it into an acrobatic since I'm jumping on him with all.
Sure, we'll allow an acrobatics to his athletics.
Yes. Oh wait, I was doing it on here.
23 is your number to beat.
Are you kidding me?
I mean,
I'm a +9.
I would say that you have a bardic inspiration, but even if you rolled a 6,
Yeah, that's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I tried, and that didn't work.
He's really good at athletics.
Great. I have a 9 in acrobatics.
He's not as good
really
as you in
shitty.
acrobatics, but he's got a +7 to his athletics check.
Just really shitty rolls.
I mean, I feel you. I've had them all night, especially against myself. It's been great. So,
Okay.
as you do this, though, he is going to use his legendary against you,
This might be it, y'all.
and it is a 24 to hit.
Ooh.
No.
Not at all. Nope. Nope.
don't you have uncanny dodge?
11.
You
Oh,
can
I
dodge
do!
anything?
I do have uncanny dodge. Thank you. I am going to uncanny dodge that.
So it's
So-
11, so halved would
Yep.
be
5.
the 5. So we always
Okay.
run down.
I'm still up then.
Yay!
Would you like to do
Thank
anything
you.
else?
Thank you, Dido.
You're welcome.
I don't play characters that have reactions very much, so.
I mean, it only took me like way into the combat to remember that you had it.
It's fine. I'm the DM, and I didn't fucking tell you.
This is, I think, only the second rogue I've ever played, so.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I will just. Am I still hanging on him and just not grappled, or am I? I just want to be
I will
annoying.
allow that for you to decide.
Okay. I'm just holding onto his back with my wings flapping, being really obnoxious.
And even with you being obnoxious, I rolled a con save to see if he would lose it because you're being obnoxious, but he survived.
Damn it. I need to up my obnoxious trait.
All right, and Venus, it is your go.
I'm going to bonus action healing word Tarlik.
Okay.
Let me just double check. Okay, so that's 11 healing.
Yay, you're back up.
Thank you.
And I'm just gonna try and hurl another firebolt at Marcus.
Is Firebolt a cantrip?
Yes.
Make
Dirty 20
that definitely hit.
for 17 fire damage.
He's not looking great.
That was a good roll.
That was a really good
Oh.
roll.
Oh, watch it! Watch it! Little singy feathers.
I'm just trying to reheat your stew.
I
Thank
could
you!
shield it, but I'm not gonna. I feel like that's rude. All right, and go ahead. Do you have anything else you'd like to do, Venus?
Nope, that was my bonus action and my action.
All right, he's gonna look at you. Try and like shoulder cast off because damn.
She's being obnoxiously squawky too. Like hooting in his ear, trying to snap at his ear.
I
Just-
will take a D4 away from his roll for
Yes.
this as he goes to try and smite you. and he's not gonna hit you. Like as you're squawking in his ear, he takes his thing, tries to, and he just completely whiffs at trying to get you off of him.
You gotta do better than that. You missed me. I shout into his ear.
It's fine. I've killed her. Charlie.
Charlie will wake up. And he'll stand up using half of his movement. Hello, Meadow. And I will attack. I will also miss. But then
You get a second attack though, right?
Yeah. But then my dog's gonna attack twice. $19.
Is this your dog?
Yeah.
He's flanking.
Oh, is that a thing?
Because, Hoop, I don't like killing people. Like, if you saw these sheets, you'd be like, yeah, they should have died.
Then why aren't we dead?
Because I don't like killing people.
Do
But listen,
I say no. Dido.
You
So
won't.
okay, so that's 11 damage.
all right.
And is the okay, and so is flanking a thing?
It is, but so your dog would have advantage.
Okay, so let me just throw another one for the first attack, just
Does
in
it-
case
does-
it's a crit.
Does your dog have pack tactics?
He does not.
Oh, damn.
So this is me just checking the advantage for
Oh yeah.
the potential.
I didn't know if
Uh,
all canine
crit.
companions got it or not.
He did not get a crit, so this is his second attack then. This is the first roll. It's pretty good. Let's see if I can get the crit. I don't, but that's still a hit.
Okay.
That is 13 damage. Yes, 13.
By the way, all of his non-magical attack, like the shitlalies, are full, but the thing, his that is why he's still up, because he's only taking half damage.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think.
To most things, like the fire damage and the mind sliver and all that, he definitely took full.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that the beast attacks don't count as magical, because it is technically like a magical, like a mystical creature. But I'm gonna check.
I
To
don't
see
think that the primal part of it though is. I think it's just basic damage from the magic.
Yeah, I'll look into that further. But that is the end of my turn.
With that, before Henwick gets the chance to go, he is going to use another vengeance strike. This time against the dog.
No.
I'm sorry. I promise I won't actually kill the dog, but the dog may pass out. If the dog is in combat, the dog has the chance to get hit. That it's only fair.
Well, is it a fey creature, Charlie? Because if anything, it just pops back to the Feywild.
Yeah, I can bring it back to life with.
Yeah,
like,
so
a
you don't
first
kill
level
it, you
mod.
just send it
Okay.
home.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not good for
Proceed.
animal cruelty either.
And
So, but
and I have like 3 or 4 more like first level slots that I cannot use for combat. So they are all like utility based and healing my pet.
so that is going to be 13 points of damage to the dog. Because I'm sure that a natural 18 hit.
You said how much?
13. That's what. Yeah. Of course, I pulled my dice away. So
That sounds about right. 13 sounds right.
Is the dog still there, or did it poof back to the Feywild?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Okay. And then second attack.
On a legendary
Is a-
action? Woof.
Oh, it is a legendary action. No,
Yeah.
he can go. It's Henwick's turn.
Cool. That's a really tight gaggle of people. I don't think I can get into it. So I'm going to use my movement and my action to basically hop back out the hole in the window that I made, come back inside, and get right in front of the archer. That's my movement and my action. I'm fine with that. If she tries to fire, she's getting slapped.
Alright.
That's my turn.
You
Just-
could have gotten there with like 30 or 35
I only
feet.
have 30 feet of movement.
Okay.
And the doorway causes an
Counts-
extra
counts an extra,
detriment.
yeah.
Yep. So I had to go the instead of going through friends and slowing down, I had to hop out, come back around.
6 in one hand, half dozen.
Yep, pretty much. So I basically just hop, swing, and come around that, like vault the table and just land in front of her. And just when I land in front, it's like crouched down, but then I like rise to that full height with claws bared. Like they're basically the dog, the like an equivalent of try it, bitch.
Alrighty. So it is her turn.
Try
And
it.
she's gonna drop her bow and
Good.
just flip out her short swords.
Good. Let's go. And I'm
Ah.
gonna guess those aren't magical or silver as well, correct?
Let me see. Even or odd?
Oh, mean. Even.
Okay, no, they are not.
Cool.
I'm just kidding. They weren't anyway. I just like to roll.
I didn't think so.
All right, but it is her turn to try and hit you. She does
Yeah.
get a multi-attack.
She has to hit a 17.
Natural 20 on the first.
Stop
Okay.
it! Throw that dice away.
It's such a pretty die, though. It's a rainbow die for June.
I can't be mad about that.
I mean, we gotta support our allies. But it is a short sword, which is only 1d6 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 8, 10.
So 5. Cool.
And then second attack. Or wait, 8, 10, so 20, so 10. Because it was natural 20.
Oh, that was without doubling it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still standing.
Okay.
I'm in the teens now. This is a problem.
17
Yeah, I
plus.
would need to be a
Meets it,
teenager
beats it.
again,
You got
too.
it.
And then this would be 8, half to 4.
Half to 4. Still standing, but it is not good. I'm at 12. Yeesh.
Still higher than me.
Yeah, but
She needs to
that's
do
not
another
good.
death save. Okay. Thomas. Oh, I'm Thomas. Her.
Hmm.
And I got a 3.
What about
Oh,
Damon?
that poor boy.
He's done nothing good this entire freaking fight.
He's trying so
nothing.
hard.
But
What
I'm
about
gonna.
what about
Thomas is
Mr.
gonna
Hammer?
go. Yeah, because Thomas goes on. I just didn't add him to the thing, so. And he is gonna hit. He actually does hit. Marcus.
Yeah, beefy boy.
Joy
And he's
for
just
him.
gonna look at you after he punches him square in the jaw and go like,
Aww, baby.
Proud of you, friend.
which will inspire Marcus's legendary action to hit him,
No.
and it does hit. So he's gonna slash him with his sword. Okay. Cass, it is your go.
I am attempting to annoy him and get him.
Remember,
to stop
you have a
slashing.
D4 for, or yeah.
I-
you
Yeah, I
a
have
D4
bar-
too.
I'm also gonna let you know that 1, you'll get sneak attack,
Mhm.
and my bardic inspiration can be added for damage.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I am going to. I feel like as Owlin, I should have like Talon Strike or something. Like, why do I not have like
Yeah, I feel
Beak-
like that's a
beak-
missed opportunity.
beak damage or something?
Do a beak damage. We'll make it a D8.
Okay, I'm gonna try and like bite at his ear and his face.
Oh no.
I feel like a D8's appropriate for that, right? It's probably
Yeah.
a D6, but we're gonna go with a D8 anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like Cass would have learned how to make that work to their advantage, considering all the like rogue stuff that they do.
It's 11, but if I add my like hit DC, it's a 6, so 17.
17 just misses.
And you have a
No.
D4.
Oh, right.
Is that-
Adding my D4.
Which, I mean, like, regardless of what you get, you'll get.
Yay.
Yeah.
19.
All right.
Peck him in the head.
and you can add an extra D6 to this damage.
Yes. That's. I wish everybody else could see what we're seeing right now. Thank you, Hoop. What was I doing? Oh, I have an X. My sneak attack is 3d6.
hmm
So.
My bardic is a D6, so that's 4d6.
Jesus. Okay, so a 1d8 and 46.
I hope you drop him like a bad habit. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
1d8.
Hoop is disappointed in me.
Because you haven't killed anybody yet?
Yeah.
Don't worry, you're getting close with me. I'm at 12.
And I've put 2 people into death saves.
Well, one of them's an NPC, so
7 plus 15.
22.
22. Do I get my damage bonus? Which is a +3?
Sure.
Cool, 25. Making an absolute menace of myself on his face.
Let's go.
He's gonna try and hit you again.
Self-flagellation smite.
Was
Let's
that
go.
enough to cause him to,
Oh yeah, he needs to roll his
which is actually
His-
higher than 10 finally.
concentration passes. He's got a +4 to his con saves, so 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I think he has more than a +4, but it's fine.
Either way,
Regardless,
he
he
still
saves.
passed it. Yeah.
And then he's gonna try and hit Miss Allen here. And 13 plus 7 is 20.
This is a new round, so I have my reaction back, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you took your turn, so yes, you have your reaction back.
Cool.
And so 2 plus 8 points of damage.
Okay, I'm having that with my reaction.
For for
Yeah.
Cass. Yes, okay. Thank you, Cass.
Cass is not looking so good.
I'm
you
sorry.
You can't tell whose blood it is on top of his head.
See, and Hoop's like, you haven't killed anybody, but that's because you guys have all evenly been hit. So it's fine, right?
Yeah. Hey, we got raided. Live from the apocalypse.
Hello.
Thank you for raiding. We're in the final BBEG fight here, as Marcus is going to try.
My turn.
Oh yes, it is your turn. I'm so sorry because it was his reaction or his legendary. Yes, sorry, Venus.
It may be around too late, but either way, I'm gonna use my action to spare the dying on Isabella.
It is around too late.
I'm gonna spend my action to spare the dying on Isabella, and I'm gonna bonus action healing word which means she rolled a natural 1 on this death save. I'm gonna healing word Henwick.
Ooh, cool. I appreciate you.
Oh, so Isabella's dead.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's for 14 healing.
Ooh, that keeps me from having to make the will save to not go crazy. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Wait. She got a natural 1. No, you can spare the dying too. You're fine. So she'll be unconscious, not dead.
You got it just in time with the natural 1 because it would have been her next turn.
Then that's my turn. I'm gonna stay away at him.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but when I rolled it, I was like, "Ooh." It wasn't good. And then he is pissed.
Good.
What are you doing healing her? She's not deserving of it. I've waited too long for this. You won't take it. And he is going to try and hit her with his sword by throwing it in a last-ditch effort at her at disadvantage.
Improvised weapons, so disadvantage, yeah.
She's also like hidden by the door in the room.
Well, she's also on the ground.
On the ground, so
by the
double
way,
disadvantage.
You don't get double disadvantage.
You can't, sadly, but...
He's still gonna hit.
Are you kidding?
No!
I got a
There are-
16 and a 18 on the dice. So, regardless, she is back to 2 death saves. And that's
No,
it. That's all I
she's
can
down. If she was spared, that means she was put at stable.
Mhm.
do. Okay, so she's down to 1.
But,
So
yeah, because it's not melee, even though it is technically a sword, it was thrown. So it's 1.
and Tarly, you're looking hurt.
Yeah, but how do you feel about me swapping places with my pet?
Absolutely, you can do whatever you want. I see a Luigi.
I'm just gonna swap places with
Luigi.
with
No,
Ryder.
we pay.
So he also doesn't have a weapon anymore, does he?
Yeah, I'm gonna smack him a couple times with a magical stick. So 17 and a 9. So 17 does not hit. Correct?
Correct.
And I don't think I have any inspirations, bardic or otherwise. So I will attack him again.
A
But
19 does hit.
19. That is 7 plus. So that's 11 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, thank God.
Oh, finally!
Let's go.
That's why I said last-ditch effort here.
Ash is bringing in. God.
So yeah, he's just gonna shuffle over, head him off as because he might be trying to make his way towards the door now, and he's gonna like hit, like swing towards like the back of the knee and the other part towards the face, and just like have him just kind of topple over, like into the wall behind him. Just.
You guys see this. As he falls.
Double tap undead.
And his final words as you start whacking him is a curse upon his lips for Isabella for all the years that he has suffered, for all of her broken promises, and the heart that she broke. But with that, your combat ends.
I continue screeching in his ear. You didn't deserve her!
What
I
is
speak for everyone when I let out a resounding womp womp.
what is his previous crony doing now that I'm snarling in her face and she has swords out? Is she still attacking me?
As he falls, whatever he had over her seems to shake off, and her eyes become her own again.
She's still staring at a lichen.
And she's gonna look. What the hell? What's going on? When was there a werewolf?
I would run, dear.
Okay. She's gonna back up. Like,
She's
gonna get bigger.
Hedwig's just turning snout, watching her walk away, just staring at her as she goes. Hedwig's waiting for her to change direction again like it's a ploy, but as soon as she's like a good 20-30 feet away, she'll turn around to this melee, see that Marcus is dead, and shift back to, like, she'll just shake. Basically, when she shifts back, all of the, kind of like in Van Helsing, with how they did the lichens, all of the fur just kind of sloughs off and like dissipates, doesn't even stay on the floor. It's just magically gone. She
That's
just
cool.
wraps back into her body. That hurt a lot. Man, she had a hard swing.
Jensen's gonna come out from behind the counter and start praying over the group of you, casting mass healing word.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes! I always loved this doctor.
Nobody ever fucking asked him.
I actually was gonna ask if he had a holy symbol, but I didn't get a chance to before a fight broke out.
Right?
I was wondering.
And after he finishes chanting, he's gonna look over at Isabella and back at Marcus. I wonder how many of her rages were because of him compelling her.
Probably all of them.
Probably all of them.
My theory that I was about to raise before he lost control of himself was that she may have been more the murder weapon than the murderer herself.
I mean, I thought that the whole time. We just had to figure out whose weapon she was.
I don't think that she actually killed him.
No, I think there were things that happened to where he would make her think that maybe she did.
Yeah, Jacob said that Marcus is the one who took the poison and had him made it and knew where it was. So it was definitely him. She says this as she's looking up at you all as she's raking her back talons across Marcus's back.
Yeah.
Like just
that extra level of petty.
Yep. Like she's wiping her feet, but she's doing it on his back.
What's to be gained from Emily's death?
She must have known. She must have seen something or whatever. Poor girl. And Pip's gonna come around the corner after hiding, limping back in. Well, it makes sense then, doesn't it? Because it's all his cash that's in the safe. If she knew about it. And then he went up dead.
Does this mean the cash is yours? If they're
I
both
was just
dead?
about to ask that. Because I could certainly use it for my place.
You know,
I mean, I think, yeah. Cass is like nodding.
Mind you, I don't need all of it. So you guys are welcome to a share.
I mean,
I'm waiting for Cass to just magically disappear from sight and just beeline to that freaking safe. I swear. I don't need all of it. Cool! Gone.
I mean, we don't need anything.
Samuel's just gonna look at the party and be like, "But I still get to work here, right? I like this job. The horses are nice."
I
And are in
think
need of
he
feeding.
should. She looks over at Pip and gives her like the big owly eyes. I think he should.
You know, it's odd that you should say that, Pip. Bring up the money, I mean.
What do you mean?
I had a thought rolling around in my head for some time now. That if things played out exactly like they did this evening, you had a lot to gain.
I also had a lot to lose. Inns that have murders in them don't have a lot of customers, do you think?
Yeah.
Also, according to Jacob, he was your primary source of money to keep this place up and running, huh?
For sure. So him dying has set me back. Or would have, if I don't get to keep this money.
It was a thought.
I mean, I could see why you would be suspicious of me.
Emily did kind of have your brother wrapped around her finger. That could.
He's a good kid.
But Marcus did also say that he gave it to Pip for safekeeping.
Yes, he didn't explain what. He just handed the money and said that I needed to keep it till this evening. And that he would be taking it back tomorrow morning. I don't think he ever intended to give Henry the money.
Venus is going to usher Isabella to the couch because the table is not a table anymore. It's splinters.
Nope. It's splinters.
Did I do that?
In a way.
No.
all you
Yeah, in a way. That's Tarlik's right. In a way, she did.
You were an instrument in somebody else's game.
But I didn't
And
do it, right?
Your agency has been taken away from you for far too long. All you need to worry about is it's yours again. Nothing else matters.
The table is actually a good metaphor for all this.
I am sorry for the trouble I've caused. Perhaps had I not fallen for Henry, but God, he was so dashing and charming in the beginning. Couldn't
I
help
don't
myself.
think Henry in the end was the problem. I mean, he was a problem, but he was your love and your problem to solve. It was Marcus.
His hatred for both of us.
That turned you into a weapon. I think that's worse than probably anything Henry did to you. I don't know him, I don't know your life, but
Oh, Henry deserved to die, if I'm perfectly honest. The long line of women, and I was going to kill him. I may not have actually done so, because I did give Marcus the bottle was still full. I didn't poison him.
no, you didn't.
I wanted to, though. I don't know if that counts for something.
Not really. A lot of people want to hurt or kill a lot of people, but they don't.
But I intended to. That's something
But
I'm
you
going to have
didn't.
to live with. But I thank you all for figuring it all out and keeping me safe.
Henrik's gonna lean into the door frame, just munching on a piece of like cheese and bread. You know you have really bad taste in men, right?
Oh, for sure. Perhaps I
Wow.
should go to women.
Cass
She
sticks her
stops.
head
She
in.
stops
yeah.
chewing. Quirks her head to the side.
I think all three of us are like,
All three of us simultaneously.
Hello.
Oh, whenever you're saying that you're interested, I think it should be a bit before I even try, but
Henwick's gonna leave the door frame. Gonna walk away.
Focus on you for a little bit.
Cass leans against the doorway with her arms and her feathers like being very flowy and hi.
Oh my gosh.
would you like me to ruffle your feathers?
Oh! If owls could blush.
Oh,
Cass, she
Suddenly-
just almost died twice. Give it her time. Give her the time.
I'm gonna go get some food.
I think I shall join you with getting some food.
That's,
Jacob's cooking is quite great.
It is amazing. I very much think he belongs in like a palace or something. The kid's amazing.
Well, whatever damages that this fight and everything has cost, I'll make sure Pip is reimbursed.
I only broke a table. It's okay.
And after hearing that her struggles of the bar and inn, I'll make sure that she's well funded.
Yeah. Cass leans closer so nobody else can hear. She's in a lot of debt. Like a lot. But I believe in them, so my 2 cents are that this is a good investment.
Listen, like, I was in a lot of debt, yes, but I've got keen ears, you see.
Oh,
Um,
just looking out for you, Pip. I was talking to Jacob.
I
Jacob,
appreciate it, but a lot of the things that I did as cheaply as I could for those renovations, but I won't
Hey-
lie and say that they
Oh.
didn't set me back.
No, I was talking to Jacob, and we both believe in you, and thought it was. I told him that you guys should not go back to your parents because parents are the worst.
Oh, you have
So-
no idea. That woman is crazy.
you know, Pip, you could use the situation to your advantage to make a little bit more money for the hotel and the bar. Put on some murder mysteries. Have some planned murders.
Planned murders. Like,
I mean, not
more of
actually-
these, or like a
like-
game sort of thing?
like a game sort of thing.
Oh, yes,
Like
that
someone
would be a lot of fun.
pretends to be dead, and your guests have to figure out what happened.
Should I cast everybody as you guys and just run this story? Like
Yes.
planting things?
Yes. Someone should play me.
I feel like that's a great idea. If you'll spread the word, I
Oh,
can get this ready in a
absolutely.
few weeks' time, I think.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm good at spreading words.
But as I said, the rooms are on the house for the night. After solving everything, I'm sure Thomas will be taking care of all of the paperwork and everything and reporting what had happened. I'm not sure who's going to take over the post for the rift, but I'm sure that could be arranged on somebody else's time because it's not my thing.
I mean, I am a soldier in the ranks. I just kind of split off a bit. I could get re-enlisted and take over.
We could all go check out that Astral Sea.
I do
sounds like
really
fun.
wanna- that would make a great story.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Bedtime first, then we talk about it tomorrow.
For sure. I'll make sure that Jacob has his best rolls on the table for you. They're lined with this little cinnamon and nutmeg, and then he puts this icing on them. They're just divine.
I
is
bet
the
his roles are divine.
Genius. He is genius.
Henwick just like gives a thumbs up and an okay as she walks out the door, up the steps, and goes to the room that she knows. Because Ow! Even after being healed. Ow. She's gonna go to bed.
Jensen and Lydia will take their leave as well. Jensen making sure to have several healing potions given to Isabella. And without the influence of Henry, you can see the true physician in him, where he actually is caring and does see to her well-being. And you hear a couple of mutterings about the extra rages that shouldn't have been possible. And that's really, he believes, was Marcus all along. But the heart in the case is closed. You guys have solved it.
Can I talk to Pip one second?
Of course.
She will go over and she will take Pip's hands in hers and say, I really believe in this building and I believe in you. So here is my investment in you. And I take 10 gold and I put them in her hands.
Oh, bless your wee little
This
heart.
is for you. I saved this for a really long time and I want you to have it. So, I believe in you. Good night.
DM?
And then I'll turn around and I'll go back to bed.
DM me finds this fucking hilarious because
Look at that insight check.
she definitely
Yeah.
does not know, so she's definitely going to think the best of you for this.
Yep.
But
Yep.
as we draw this adventure to a close, I am Pixelated Bunny, and I want to thank everybody for being here. I'd like to go around the table here and have everybody introduce themselves, or and tell us where we can find you.
Starting with who?
Starting with Ginger Brigade.
Okay, starting with
going
me.
around.
Hi everybody, I'm Robin. Ginger Brigade, Ginger_Brigade on Twitter. I used to do a lot of streaming on Twitch. I don't really do streaming much anymore because I do streaming with Lost Caravan. So if you want to see my smiling face, come and watch the shows here that I'm in. To my knowledge, the next one I'm going to be in is late July, playing Parks and Recs, which is a dinosaur it's a one-page game, right? If I remember correctly. I think. I don't remember, but it sounds like fun. Also, I'm one of the really active people on our Discord. Yes, we have a Discord. Link should be down below. We play video games all the time. We sometimes get together and watch movies. Somebody streams it. So if you want to hang out with me or Dido or any other people that are on a Discord, jump into the Discord. Hang out with us. We are friendly people. We don't bite unless you want us to. Come and join us. It's fun. And that's all I got.
Hello, I'm Dido. You can find me on Twitter at Dido11. Tonight I was Venus, the one who refused to take a lady's agency away after realizing everybody had taken it from her. But I do a lot of behind the scenes things at Lost Caravan, so I don't stream as often, but you can find me on Random Rhapsody tomorrow night, where I will be playing Curse of Strahd. At 7:30 Eastern, I think 7:30 or 8 o'clock Eastern. It's a weird time because I know it's an hour earlier than this. 7 Eastern. But yeah, like Robin said, check out our Discord. We do a lot of fun things there. Literally just finished casting today, and there's going to be a lot of casting that's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks, and I'm really excited.
Coyote Witch.
That's me. I'm Nikki. I'm Coyote Witch. Some days, y'all. I play Castelba, the sarcastic and not at all serious ADHD Owlin trickster rogue.
She's great.
She is all over the place. Let's see. I am often found here playing one-shots. I think next month I'll be in the Electrum... I can't remember what that game is called. Electrum something?
Electrum Archive?
Yeah, Electrum Archive. I am excited to play in that because it sounded really, really cool. I'm also found over on ESP, Enchanting Sorcery Productions. And every other Saturday I play in a Heavenspire game where I play a bugbear mama named Mrs. Mabel Goodberry. She rages and she heals depending on what her children need. She's fun to play. And then this Saturday, I will actually be over there playing a game of Himbos, Thembos, and Lady Himbos. We're raising money for Equality Florida for our Pride stream. So that's going to be a lot of fun. You can basically just find out whatever I'm doing or where I'm going or if I'm making our commissions over on my Twitter, where I am Coyote Witch. Otherwise, that's it.
Luke?
Hi, this is Luke. I was playing Tarleek tonight, and you can find me here sometimes. I don't know if I have any games coming up. Actually, no. I'm doing the Noir. I have to check that out. I'm sorry, my cat is attacking something. But you can find me at Corvus_Duskwalker on Discord. Have a lot of fun with the people on here.
Yay, cats!
I don't have really a pluggable plug. But Dido, if you haven't already, can you hit me up with the assist and get Nicole's store in the chat there?
Ooh,
Oh, no.
those are so-
Oh no!
Oh no, we lost
It
it
is-
as he was showing off the shiny.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Beautiful,
So
beautiful.
she
Dory.
does necklaces and bracelets and earrings and the like.
They're so pretty.
Believe it or not, cat toys. Yeah, go check that out. We really appreciate it. Even just taking a look and giving it like a heart or whatever. Does algorithm things. So yeah, that's me. Thank you very much.
Thank everybody for joining us tonight, and thank all of my amazing cast here. If you like what we've done,
Thank you.
make
Thank
sure to join
you.
the Discord. Oh man, I would run with you guys all the time. You guys are a delight.
Okay, well, we have an Astral Sea we need to go check out. So
Right.
part 3 win.
But
Oh,
check out their Discord because they do the post their monthly casting calls, schedules, and just generally hang out, like Robin said. And we'd love for you guys to come out and become giant nerds with us. And thank you guys so much. You can find me mostly on Distal's Place. I DM on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern for Endeavors in the Sword Coast. It is a 5e adventure, and they are absolute chaos that never get anything accomplished because we're absolute chaos. It's more drunken and dragons than it is anything else. And then I also play as a player on Sundays, and I DM on Mondays for Emberwind, the indie game TTRPG by Namivore Games. But find me on Twitter and at Pixelated Bunny. And thank you guys so much. I hope we get to do the Astral Sea thing. I will definitely write that up. It will not be a murder mystery, but it
That's okay.
assume that you guys would level up after taking down this terrible, terrible paladin. And I can't wait to see you again at my table.
Yes. This was